Oh, here we are. Everybody, we're live. Welcome to the show. We are officially live. Officially. So, got to do the official theme song because we're live. Because I just feel like it, because I got a guitar. So, let's do it. The official HVAC Shop Talk, Talent 875, Working Joe's Talent 875 Pro theme song. Here we go. Now, it's official. It's official now. Okay. Okay. Next level, it's official. Welcome, everybody, to our second hangout. This will go from 9 o'clock, which is right now, till 10 o'clock. It's very official, Jim. Very official. Jim's a fellow musician, so he understands how awesome that was. Justin Hernandez, I know you like it. Tim has his entire family watching. Thank you. I see Tim, little Tim, wife, Lisa, everybody's here. We got Alexander. Let me give you all the link in case you want to come in here and have fun for about 59 more minutes. And here we go. Let's see. I have confirmation. Ralph is watching. Ralph is watching, guys. So whatever you say, make sure you know that Ralph is watching. He's out there. He's probably busy. He's probably indisposed at the moment. Let me see here. It's only 6. Well, it's 9 here. I'm going to go by the time right here on my iWatch. I mean, Fitbit, whatever. Whatever's cooler. See, there he is right there. All right, let's give out some links. You can join up and we can talk for a while. We can do whatever y'all want. Hell, we're even going to do a little giveaway at the end. So there we are. We'll do a little giveaway at the end. We'll give away, let's see, maybe a shirt or something. And I'm going to give you guys a video you can comment on. It's the one we did just a little while ago. It's called let's see, what brilliant name did I give it? The Zack's Idea-O-Matic churns out more gems. That's what it's called. So here it is. You can win a shirt at the end of this thing or have some little fun here. You can go comment on that video and come back. So let's see. One of y'all come on in here. Let's talk for a little while. Or else I'm just going to go back to the guitar and play for a while. We'll do a little bit of Garth Brooks. For those of you who are scared of country music, get on in here and stop me. Got some Garth Brooks, maybe a little Papa Love Mama. Papa Love Mama, each and every night. Drove a truck into the local motel. It's a very sad song. Who made Ralph a wrench? Ralph got a wrench. He got a divine wrench. I didn't even give him that. It was sent by the power from above. There we go. All right, come on. Somebody come on in here. Got the link out there. Go comment on that video, too. I'll keep track of that. And right before we get done, I'll give away like a shirt or something. It'll be kind of fun. We got 8 commenters on there now. So yeah, up until then, maybe I'll get the guitar. We'll start playing some Simon and Garfunkel, and I'll sing until y'all just give up. I mean, you probably just abandon ship is what you'll do. You'll get out of here. Because if I don't have anyone to talk to, what are you going to talk about? My day? I didn't do anything today. Yeah, Ralph probably always had a wrench. I don't know when I gave Ralph a wrench, but it was probably like 5 years ago. Whenever we started streaming is when Ralph got his wrench, I'm sure. It's been a while. Been a long time. Let's see here. What did I do today? Not a whole lot. It's been a lazy Saturday because I stayed up really late last night. I edited the podcast for next week. We're going to be releasing a lot of podcasts because a lot of guys have been requesting some of the live chats, like the Hangouts and stuff, be made into podcast so they can listen to them at work. So we're going to oblige you. But the actual edited podcast that's next released will be Greg Fox talking about licensing and permitting. And that'll be next week. Ralph is watching Eastbound and Down. This just sounds so cool. I think he means 21 Jump Street is probably what he's watching. I think that's probably what he means. All right, go comment on the video. Let me see if anybody has actually commented on this video. Yeah, You have. So good. Email the link. Do I have your email? Well, Jim, text me your email. Aren't you on the email list or something? I don't know. I'll put your email in the chat and I'll just take it from there if you don't mind. Alexander's here.
Yeah.
There you go. Where are you at tonight? Alexander, are you with us? Oh, he had to silence his microphone for some reason. Well, Alexander is here. He's on the island of Puerto Rico. We just don't know where. Hopefully at his house. Chuck is watching. Email the link.
How about now? You hear me?
I got you now. You're there.
Yeah, I hit the mute button by mistake.
Okay. So what are you up to tonight?
I'm off, so just resting up.
You didn't work any today?
No, not today.
Oh, well, that's good. All right, cool. So what time did you actually pull into the driveway last night? Because you were still talking to us on the road, weren't you?
Yeah, 1 a.m.
Okay. 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Holy crap. How late did we stay on? I think we stayed on until 10 last night.
Yeah, it was a little bit after 10.
So did you do another call after we were done?
No, I was just heading home.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's see. Oh, Ted's in the chat. Let's see if Ted should really join us because he has a lot to say. He's a smart guy. Should get in here and talk. And let's see who else is out there. Ralph is out there, but he's watching TV. Jim, I have to find your email. We find Jimmy's email. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Let me see. I know I've emailed you before, Jim. Let me see if I can locate it.
Hey.
You might need to send it to me again, man. Oh, we have someone else in here. Who's here? Ray?
Yeah, we got Ray.
Yeah, how you doing?
How's it going, Ray? Is this Ray Carrier? Which Ray is this?
Ray Martin.
Ray Martin. Oh, yeah, okay. Ray Martin. I got you. Cool, man. What you up to?
Just sitting on the chair, watching your podcast, your Hangout.
Oh, cool. So you're on the Hangout and watching the Hangout.
Yeah.
Cool. I think that's 2 views. So thanks. Jim, you're gonna have to text me your address or your email address because I don't know where it's at, and I think you're on the list. So just text me to the 970 or 910-970-0774 number, and I'll get you in here. Let's see who else we have here. Greaves is here. All right, Greaves, if you're glad to see Hangouts, then you come on in this Hangout. Let me put the link out there for you. And Jim or Joe, you can actually click this link too. All right. Let's see here. Is it the background noise coming? I'm going to do some troubleshooting here. Hold on. I'm going to mute you for a second. Ray, I'm muting your mic for just a second because it's there's some TV noise coming through there. So you might have to either turn off the TV or just keep it muted while you're not talking. Either way is fine. Come on, AK. Get on in here, man. Let's have some HVAC discussions. Alexander didn't work today, and I didn't do any HVAC today, so we have nothing to discuss, really.
I have the unit from hell.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that sounds interesting. What's the unit from hell?
Yeah, it was the one I was talking about the other day, the idea.
Right.
So we called up the warranty guys from the manufacturer, and they told me to replace some sensors on the outdoor unit. And then we replaced it, and then the main board went. So I got to order a main board.
Holy crap. You poor guys.
No, at least the parts are available. So, it'll take a day or two. So not bad.
Oh, well, that's good then. I'm going to email Joseph real quick while we're talking. And hello, John Stuff.
What up, y'all?
What is that? Where'd that come
cat,
from?
Man. Cat.
I don't know. It's the lame name I made up.
No, don't say that, man. It's not lame. I'm just kind of curious why you changed it.
I don't know. It's the only thing I could join with on this Hangout.
Oh, is this the same channel that was John M before?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I saw you released a couple videos. You had like was it Home Depot and then a Harbor Freight one? Or
Yeah,
the flashlight one too, right?
Well, a flashlight yesterday on the HVAC channel, and then Home Depot on this channel.
Oh, you're like me. You have a bunch of channels. That's right.
Yeah, well, I only have 2.
You're not quite like me. Then I have like 17 channels.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll get back
my
to you.
ADD is not
I got
too
a phone
bad.
call coming in.
Okay, Alexander. We'll see you when you get back.
Okay.
Taking the phone call. So it's just me. Okay, what'd you think of that light you reviewed then? Was it like a Chinese thing then? Because they labeled it work light so the Americans would know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was a Chinese light,
Hello.
but it was actually pretty good if you watch the video.
Yeah, I watched it. It's cool how it kind of flexes on 2 different joints.
There we
Yeah.
go.
You could flex backwards and all that.
But it's pretty cool. And welcome to the conversation, Joseph from Virginia.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it very much so.
That was very formal sounding, was it? We have Joseph and John Stuff with us tonight. Oh man, we need to get some of these guys. All I do, I look at the chat over here, and I just see something that says Ralph wants drama, and I'm so curious what happened before that in the chat, but I don't have time to read it. No, he just enjoys it. He's like an episode of Melrose.
Oh shoot.
So, John, how's Cece doing tonight?
He's doing great. Look at him. He's eating these weeds, and he's probably gonna puke them up right now.
What
Those sticker ones.
That's great. You know what? Speaking of all those tool reviews that you do, have you ever thought about doing tool reviews of some of that like 20, 30, 40 volt lawn stuff?
No.
Are you sure,
No.
John? Because you sound really definitive. He's like, no, never thought of it. Never did it.
I don't have a lawn, so it wouldn't really help.
Also, Cece can handle it on her own. I guess.
Yeah. Cece has to go next door to eat the grass.
Oh, this isn't even your lawn.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So Joseph, what are you working on today?
I was working on just filling out, application for the government.
Oh, wow. You talking about like a job application or what?
Yeah, job application for the government.
Oh, cool. Do tell. What you going to be doing? Can you tell us about it?
I could say a little bit. Just trying to, of course, work in the air conditioning field. I'm not going to say exactly where, but I'll be becoming a WG10, which is like, I would say probably just above, not just above helper level, but above, I would say Tech 2, probably like a Tech 2 or Tech 3 position. So
that's cool.
I can't, I don't know how to explain it. I'm just, all I know is the pay is a whole lot better. So.
Well, that's great. And I guess probably they have really good benefits as well, right?
Oh yeah, very decent benefits. And plus, if I wanted, if you wanted to start your own business, you can, which is a plus, versus, working for a company and says, oh, you can't, if you have your own business, you can't work with us,
So you're going to go do a job for the government, but then you'll have time to do side work. Is that what you're saying?
Not only side work, I'll actually be able to start my own business.
Oh, well, that's really cool. What made you decide to do this? Do you just now hear about it? Or is it something you always wanted to do?
Something I've always wanted to do, but at that point in time, I was filling out application after application. I think I filled out about 9 of them, for different positions in there, and they would always say, sorry, you were not selected. Sorry, you were not selected. But then I went to this job fair that they had. I think it was back in March. I went to that job fair and I ended up getting an offer letter. So I was like, wow, this, that was easy.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You have a nice government job, some job stability.
Oh, yeah.
A government job where you don't have to be shot at. which is it's better.
Yeah. I really don't want to be shot at.
No, you don't want like a government job where you have to work in Iraq. You don't want that government job.
No.
I actually knew somebody who did that went over there, and they would have to go. He said they would have to go to the units with like a bulletproof vest and helmet, and the people start shooting at them.
Are you kidding me? Wow.
Yeah, but they would go with security. They had a private security, so they would have to run for cover and stuff like that.
Oh my God! I hope that had some killer pay. I mean,
I think he's not doing that type of work anymore, but he still does AC work.
I don't know. There's a couple neighborhoods here in Wilmington where I'd worry about taking a little bit of gunfire when you go down there to work on the ACs.
Yeah.
I'm sure everybody has a bad part of town that they don't want to really go to, but they get called to periodically.
Zach, can you open carry over there?
Yeah, sure. You can. In fact, one time I was doing jobs for McDonald's service work, and there was some discussion about they were trying to decide if I were a guy who was there last or there was some other guy. It was actually the refrigeration guy, and the owner said, "I remember it was you because you had a sidearm at the time." And I said, "No, I would never carry a gun into like a McDonald's working on the HVAC, but you can if you want to. I wouldn't do it." But you can. If I had one, I'd have one in the truck or something, probably. But you can definitely do it.
I have a bat in the truck.
I used to have a bat in the truck too. I had a bat and I had a machete behind the seat, like Jason Voorhees or something. If you come to attack me, I'm just gonna gut you with a machete. I don't know.
In Home Depot, they sell like it looks like it's like a bat with a flashlight, like a small bat. You put 4 double.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
It's a flashlight.
Yeah, that thing is sweet.
I put one behind the seat of a truck. It's less than $20, something like that.
Yeah, that thing is definitely sweet. You blind them and then just whack them with that thing.
Whack them all.
I like that idea.
No, but I thought it was like gonna be a piece of crap thing or something like that. But that thing's really steady.
Oh, it's got some weight to it.
Yeah, and the flashlight, the light is really bright, so it's pretty bright. So
multifunctional, you're saying you can beat the hell out of somebody and illuminate the landscape.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, y'all. Go have a seat.
Joseph, your kids are out of control, Joseph. You take care of them kids. Come on now.
It's my son and my and his little cousin. They're both playing, and I mean, goodness, she can giggle for anything.
We have in the chat. We have Justin Hernandez saying he open carries his AK-47 on service calls.
Hey,
I think he's probably being sarcastic, but it's just a great image to have him going around through Florida neighborhoods and suburbia carrying an AK-47 and his meter to a unit. I just love that picture.
That's creepy.
Oh no! To understand, in some neighborhoods, I've had to carry my 9. So.
Oh sure, yeah. I mean, like there's some bad spots down here. There's a few spots. I know you guys haven't been to Wilmington, but you always have that block or series of blocks where you hope you don't get a call there because that's where all the news reports are done. Like this guy was shot here. It was a gang-related shooting here. It's always in like the same 10-block area. You just hope that you never go there. Of course, you can always say, "I don't want to go." If you own the company, but if you work for somebody, they might make you go.
Yeah, you're like, all right, but if something happens, I'm just gonna say it was in self-defense.
Yeah, talk about explaining something back at headquarters. You had to call in. Yeah, I didn't get that unit finished because I shot a guy.
Make sure to call Joe Shearer. He's a good lawyer.
Yes, that's right. You want Joe Shearer. You got into an argument with the brick wall, and the brick wall just fell down. Joe's the best.
I know. A while back, I had it was years ago when I started out. I went to some place where it wasn't pretty good. I got myself.
You keep following him.
I don't know if Joe's talking to us or is to his children. Joe, which one are you doing?
I was talking to the children.
Oh, okay. Because we're all trying to listen to what you're saying. It's like, I wonder what he's saying. I bet it's really smart. I just can't hear you.
Sorry.
But turns out he's just yelling at the kids, guys. Yeah, I see guys in the chatter over there talking about different cities and how bad they are. I think everybody has that spot in the city they know. As long as it's a decent sized city, there's always like a few blocks you never want to go to.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely right about that. Yeah, every state has a ghetto. Every city has a ghetto.
That's true.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, now Alexander, what part of Puerto Rico do you not want to service? Is there a place like that where you just don't want to go?
There's a place. I don't get calls, but there's a place called La Perla, and it's pretty. It's about 3 hours away from me, but it's a section that it's really, 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 like you say, it's crazy down there. But during the day, it's fine. But at night, it turns into something. It's like the Gremlins. You don't see them after midnight. There actually are places that I wouldn't go at night, but I could pass through their day, but not night.
I just like that description, the Gremlins. I can just see it now.
It's like virtually the Gremlins, if it's that place. Right.
And not Gizmo, the other Gremlins. Yeah.
Yeah, the bad ones, not the cute ones.
The one they all electrocuted at the end of that. I think it was the second movie because I went and saw it in the theater because when I was a kid, we saw the Gremlins in the theater. And I remember I think they electrocuted all the bad Gremlins at the end of one of those movies. It was pretty funny because the special effects were pretty bad back then. And of course,
that was number 2. That was Gremlins number 2. That was hilarious.
Is that the one where they electrocute them? Do you know the part I'm talking about? I might have the wrong movie. It might be the first one. I don't know how many Gremlins episodes there were. But I know there's a Gremlins 2, the new batch. I know there's the second one.
Yeah, it was the second one that they electrocuted. On top of that, was it? Remember the one with the big lips? It was the woman, the girl.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that one.
That was hilarious. That was like my most memorable moment of a Gremlin. So anytime that I see somebody with lips like that, I just bust out laughing and think about the Gremlin.
I think I'm gonna have to search it online and watch it again to get the extra laugh.
That is pretty funny. I remember that. It was like they're like some kind of deformed Smurfs. There's all different sorts of personalities in that little bunch. But it's been like that was like in the late 1980s, right? So it's been literally 30 years since those came on. Everybody's getting old.
They should do like they did with Jurassic Park. After 20 years, they released it on a special edition on video.
Oh yeah, that's right. Or they just remake the whole series again, like they do, because they made like Batman like 7 times, haven't they? Now
I don't know how many times, but it's been a couple.
It's been a lot. It's I don't know if anyone likes watching Batman. I certainly do, but there was those ones with Christian.
I do.
You like those? There's the Christian Bale. There's Michael Keaton. There's George Clooney. There's Val Kilmer. There's like 10 different Batmans out there.
Look, the George Clooney one was the worst one ever. I mean, Adam West was better than him.
You're talking about whap, bang, bap. Adam West.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, man, come on. George Clooney was a terrible Batman. I think was it Christian Bale? He's second to me. He's second most terrible Batman, and then but the best one of all to me is Michael Keaton, hands down.
Okay, I like Michael Keaton. He was pretty good. And by the way, hello, Billy Noth has joined us as well. Hello, Billy. We have Michael Keaton was good. That was really good. I like Jack Nicholson being the Joker. I thought Heath Ledger was an awesome Joker though. And I like Christian Bale okay. I thought he was pretty good. I just don't like Affleck and I don't like Kilmer or Clooney.
You said Affleck.
Affleck, whatever. See, he's so horrible. I don't even say his name. What is his name?
Affleck.
Affleck.
Affleck's the duck. I like the duck with the money. I don't like Affleck. I don't like my friend. I like Christian Bale, though. I thought it was good. I like the Bane. That was pretty good with him against Bane, and I just watched that. Actually.
But the only difference is that Bane didn't have the the little tubes with the green stuff flowing into his body and all. I don't want to see that.
That's true. It didn't have all that stuff. I liked his voice anyway because Tom Hardy's pretty good. The actor who played playing the new Venom character. He's pretty good.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that new Venom movie too.
Yep. Hey, you know what happens at the end of Infinity War, you guys? I'm not going to say anything. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna say
Oh man, I saw it too. I was so disappointed. I'm sorry. Oh,
what?
But
I thought
you know
that was good. Are you, you didn't like it?
Everybody knows that spoiler that I think he died. So.
yeah. I mean, at least I know there's a number 2 coming up. But oh my gosh, man, that was like, it was kind of like sad, shocking, and like what just happened?
We can't tell everybody. Everybody hasn't seen it yet, so we can't say anything.
Hey, Zach.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, what's up, John?
Some Gil's asking for the link.
Okay, I'll put it right there in the chat again. Thank you. The link will be in the chat. Also, like I said earlier, we're going to give away a shirt at the end of this just because that's what we do here. And the video link for that is I'll put that in there as well. There. So there'll be a link to the Hangout and a link to win yourself a shirt by commenting on that video from earlier. All right. We'll do that at like 9:55 or something. Oh, sweet. So, Billy, what you up to today?
I was working.
What'd you do? Because none of these people here were working, so we don't have any work stories. We talked about Batman and stuff like that and John's cat. So can you expand
Hey, I
on
was
that?
working. I worked
Okay, one of
earlier
us was
today.
working. I didn't know because we were talking about Batman. I enjoy the talking about Batman. And here is
Hello.
Gil.
Hello. What's up, fellas?
What's up, Gil?
What up? It just got uncensored, boys.
Oh,
Yep,
man.
I'm about to say the F word.
Let me
Mother
dust off-
freaker.
Hold
Mother
on, let me-
freaker.
I'm gonna dust off the bleeper. Who did that? Who got the bleeper? Who had the bleeper there?
Me.
You were on point, man. You had the bleeper ready.
Yeah, that was pretty quick.
We're gonna test you out. We're gonna test you out, Jim, and see how good you are. You ready?
Son of a.
Hold on.
Oh, gee.
All right. Let's see. Let's give him a test to see how good he is. All right. This is
All right,
Jim. I call him
here we
Jim
go.
because it's
I'm
the
ready.
one. You ready?
I'm ready now.
All right, Jim. You need to be. I'm gonna say this, and you got to get the word right when I say it. Are you ready?
Yes, that's it.
These guys are all full of shit. You didn't get the word. Yeah, well, I was like,
We're not trying to
All right.
accent the cuss words. We're trying to get them out. It's holy
Oh.
beep.
Oh, so let's get back. Hey, Billy, what were you doing today? Because we got sidetracked there for a second.
I just had a couple of AC maintenance calls and an issue with a Linux system that was put in a year and a half ago that apparently has a very nasty mold problem, or had a very nasty mold problem. So this house had AC in it for 16 years previous. Our company changed the equipment a year and a half ago, and last year the supply registers throughout most of the house were flowing mold, black mold, out of them. So I don't know what the deal was, but everything was replaced. All the the ductwork was replaced the end of last year. So Lennox has us doing all these crazy tests and whatnot, checking relative humidity and making sure everything is set up right and whatnot. And my gut feeling is, and I can't get a straight answer out of anybody, but my gut feeling is they oversized the hell out of this unit. So I think that it was a smaller system that was in there to begin with, and now is quite a bit larger. Because, I'm running a 4-ton air handler, and this house is nowhere near 4 tons of air.
How
So-
big is the house?
I think he told me it was 1,620 square feet,
Yeah, man. You could probably condition the neighbor's house too.
right?
Oh man.
Yeah, that's 400 square foot per ton, man. That ought to do it.
So I don't know. It's kind of crazy. So yeah. So I
Yeah,
had
it's not
had
good to be moist in there.
No.
Oh, good job, John.
Thank you. Beep.
That's on the line of beep because it's not exactly that forward, but yeah, we could beep that one too.
Yeah, I had a quick question. Was my beep like too late or too early?
It was too late.
Oh, see, I'm doing it at the time that I hear it. So I'm like probably a second late from what I'm watching right now.
Oh, see, it's going to be very difficult. I guess we're just going to have to forego the beep or listen to people say the F word, then beep a second later. Hey, speaking of the F word, Gil, what did you do today?
I didn't do a damn thing today. I was just chilling. I thought I was gonna have to go out and help out a little bit, but my guys got an install done, and I just stayed at home, man. Didn't do a damn thing.
Oh, cool. So how's the new podcast going?
Good. Getting all some pieces together. Some of that production stuff is almost intro and outro is finished. Like I sent you. I got 2 more bumpers that got to be made, and then I got a guy making me like a commercial that I'm gonna run, and the actual date is going to be the 22nd. That is the date that Kelly came out with, the 22nd.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna see. We're on the 9th right now, so is that a Friday?
Yep. Yeah, it's a Friday.
Okay, so about 2 weeks from today. Okay, cool.
Yeah, because Kelly literally just got his microphone and all that, so we were. Some of the practice stuff we did, it was on like different kinds of not really good mics. So now I want to make sure all that stuff's tweaked because, like I said, I don't want the first one to be all crappy.
So what kind of mic did he end up getting?
He bought the same thing as me.
Those are nice. I like that. It's just cooler looking. I mean, I have this thing here. You see the duct tape on this? That's not cool. Yours is cooler.
Yeah, this thing cost me like $100. This Rode mic stand, but my table, if you see my setup, this table is kind of big, so where I have it, if I want to be able to have it close to my face and not all the way up here, I have to extend it pretty far, and I have that one that you have sitting right here. That one won't extend that far.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, mine's maxed out right here. It's about as far as it can go because I have it anchored to a 2x4. It looks really classy with some black bolts into a table, but it does a job, and I had to put like an old sock across the spring so it wouldn't hear brown. I did this. So that's the way I adapted. Now, Billy, do you have one of these too, Billy? Little stands?
I do not. I just have a little tripod table stand for mine.
So I never hear any noise coming from yours, so it must work pretty good.
Yeah, well, it just sits next to me on the table. So I guess I get Brian has mentioned as far as some background noise being close to the mic, but it hasn't really been anything too terrible, I don't think.
I haven't noticed anything.
No.
So it must be pretty good. Or else sometimes when you edit stuff out and you mix it down, you lose some of that little bit of noise too. So that kind of helps. So what's going to be, have you guys decided what the subject is for next week?
I know we were looking to get in touch with Total Tools in Melbourne, the guy from Australia. So we're going to talk with him about some stuff. So.
Oh, that sounds nice. Well, let me ask you this question, because we're on the Hangout here. Pick somebody like the most ungettable person that you could possibly think of. Who would you like to have on the show?
The Pope of Welding.
The Pope of Welding. Is that like really what he's called?
Well, that's what he calls himself, because it's Mr. Jesse James, formerly of West Coast Choppers.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yep.
Okay. That would be a really cool guest because he's obviously going to be real savvy on the mic and stuff like that too.
Right. So I know Brent and I both reached out to do it too with him, but we'll see what happens.
Very cool. Well, welcome to the show, AK Greaves.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
It's like
that guy is a funny man. AK is a funny man.
Well, thank you.
What do you hide in your beard, AK?
Do what? Well,
I said, what do you got hide in your beard? Your beard. I watched that video about you pulled the meter out of it.
Yeah. Well, if you watch the end, I had a freaking LG compressor in it too.
So what you're saying is we don't need these vetoes no more. We just need a big ass beard.
That's right. That's right.
That's the secret, man. You never needed the veto ever. Y'all spent $1.2 million on veto you didn't need.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, let's just skill alone is what I'm talking about.
I've given away $1.2 million in vetoes.
Yeah, you sure have.
I did it after dark too.
You did it. That's right. The After Dark podcast cost you $1.2 million to be a part of.
Yeah. If that was a business, I'd have closed the doors a long time ago.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, really?
Hey, Joe, I'm going to silence your mic for a second because it's getting pretty loud. Okay?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm just going to silence it. You just come back whenever you're done. All right. Well, that's much quieter. Look at that. It is a daycare. All of his kids are running around right behind him. So we're lucky enough to be segmented. You know, if my kids were behind me, we wouldn't even be having this damn thing. Agrees. What's been going on today? What you been working on?
I was looking at houses all day. No work.
No work. What'd you find?
Look, we may be moving, so I was checking some places out. A lot of driving today. Yeah, that's about it. Just getting home a little while ago. So,
well, you made a video not too long ago where you talked about the different wages in different parts of the country. Are you going to be going to a place where you're going to be ahead in that area or behind?
Oh, I'll still be here in Kentucky, so I won't see much of a change at all. If I might have to switch locals, but I won't see much of a change. So yeah, I'll be maybe a little closer to Nashville area, so it won't be too far off from Louisville, Lexington.
Oh, nice. You'll be closer to Chuck out there in the chat. Old Comfort Plus. He's in Piney Flats, Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
Border.
Yeah.
Y'all can barbecue together.
We're definitely gonna barbecue together.
I'm trying to make this happen. You know, get together. There's some other people you can bring too in Kentucky.
Louisville is awesome. I went there one time. It's I think it's called 4th Street Live or something like that.
4th Street Live. We have the contract there. Yep.
Yeah, I got drunk and got drugged back to the hotel.
Yep. No, it's a cool little block there downtown Louisville, and it's a cool city. I'm glad I don't live in Louisville. I live in Lexington, but it's cool to visit. I wouldn't want to live there.
Why wouldn't you want to live there?
That kind of seems like that kind of place.
Is it this sort of thing?
Yeah, there's some of that. It's just too big for me though. I don't like the traffic, and
it's all college kids, isn't it?
I mean, U of L is there. And that's a big rivalry with Lexington too, where we're, UK is out here. So in UK is a big deal. So yeah, definitely a big rivalry there. But Lexington's probably a third of the size of Louisville. It's much smaller. We're trying to meet up with Ralph yesterday. Didn't work out. We didn't cross paths. The timing wasn't there, but he drove right through Lexington yesterday.
What the world? What happened? How'd that fall?
Yep.
He went
to that Mitsubishi class. It was about, 45, 50 minutes from me.
Right.
And he was there all last week. So I spent a lot of the week out in Western Kentucky. So it just didn't work out during the week to go meet with him. But I thought, I was hoping maybe on Friday when I was coming back, maybe we'd intersect. But he ended up he left that morning. So I thought he was going to have his last day of class Friday, and be getting by Lexington around the time I was. I thought it would have been perfect. I was going to try to film something. I was telling him the other day, I thought it'd be hilarious to do something and throw it in a video, but not trying to think of how I was going to do it. I was going to say we went out to eat or something. And Ralph didn't agree to this. I just kind of dropped it on him when we were talking on the phone. But if we went out to eat, maybe grab some dinner, and then when we were done, before he was going to leave, get my camera set up on the table. And first of all, let me backtrack. I was gonna maybe make a video talking about how HVAC service and stuff like that, it's a perishable skill, and it's why we got to always keep on top of learning new things and what's coming into the field and what's coming into our space, or you start to get rusty and lose it, right? So I was like, man, I could do a video sitting here at the desk right here talking about that, and then say something like, you never know, you leave the field, you may end up not able to come back, and then kind of jump to me sitting there eating dinner by myself in the video,
I like
Spooky.
that idea.
and have Ralph walk by and hand my drink to him and ask for another sweet tea and have him say, sure, no problem, and keep walking, and that'd be it. And then
I wish that would have happened.
and it would have been great, and I wouldn't have even said his name or anything after. Just go back to the desk here and finish out the video and just see how many people caught it. I just thought that'd be hilarious, man.
That would have
would've
been so great. Oh
Yep.
man, that's a shame.
Yep.
Ralph, turn around, man.
He's got to come back. I still think it'd be worth. Yeah, I just told you all, and I think it'd still be hilarious to do it. But,
That's awesome. So what's going on with you in like the YouTube channel? What's up next for you?
just trying to keep up the videos and get into a groove of consistency, because that's always what I haven't had before, and where I don't have. It's so tough for me to work at places where I can get away with filming, so I can't do daily videos of me in the field. Some people are able to shoot every single day doing service calls, and maybe certain environments it's a little easier to get away with. So I got to get creative and mix it up, and that's why I do a lot of videos of me just sitting right here where I am right now. But I try to keep it, rotate it out, get some desk stuff and then try to get some stuff in the field and maybe do a tool review. I like to do the tool reviews as little as possible. That's probably the least favorite type of video for me to make. I like doing the ones in the field, and trying to edit them to make it look like a movie. That's what I have a lot of fun doing right now. So
You're
You
good.
gotta do capacitors, AK. Capacitor changes is the key for YouTube, man.
yeah.
Watch
Well,
out. This might go controversial.
Yeah.
I like the intro.
I mean, but a lot of the videos I put out, it might be with equipment that's, a little bit different than normally seen on YouTube, but a lot of it's still mundane shit. I mean, it's filter changes. I did a video, but I try to make it look epic, or I changed a gasket. Tomorrow I'm putting a video out. I cleaned out a strainer, stuff like that. But I just try to, and that's kind of the challenge and the fun of it. And it's kind of sarcastic, it's meant to have some humor to it, to put that kind of music to it and try to make it all slow motion and stuff like that. So, but it's fun.
It's something different though.
It's
not
mostly,
like I told you, that the normal guy, the residential guy, doesn't see stuff like that. So maybe it's mundane to you, but to the regular residential guy, it's just something different.
Right. And I'd say, for me, 80% of what I'm trying to do is just entertainment value. 20% is teaching. If I have a teachable moment, I'll do it, but I don't have the channel because I think of myself as anything more than anybody else watching the videos. I'm the guy with a camera. So if I have a moment, I think I could share something, I'll do it. But for the most part, the editing is a hobby, and I happen to be an HVAC guy, so I'm just putting them together.
I actually think I'm a god, and if people don't listen to me, they would.
Yeah.
We have those that are humble and those that are Gil. I kind of like that style, Gil. I like that, man. Man, I'll change your damn run cap.
Yeah. Now what? $500.
Yeah, there's a guy out there that probably does it for $500. I'm sure.
And it's not even a turbo.
The guy Jeff, just in the comments, said the comedy videos and stuff. I had a good time doing that too, and I should put some time into trying to put some stuff back up on that. The hardest thing there was just keeping good ideas. That's just the bottom line,
Yeah,
it's tough,
man.
Yeah. Well, and I had, like, when I started doing them, I was like, I had like 20 ideas in my head. And I was like, well, I guess I could do this forever. This is easy. And so I did all 20 that first month or so.
Hey, did someone turn my mic off?
Yeah, I turned your mic off because I hear you talking over there. I see. What's funny? I look at the picture. I see him holding up the chips and everything, talking to it.
Yeah, they were hating that in the chat.
It was John. It was deafening for us. In the chat.
Really? Sorry.
Yeah.
My mic's right here. Sorry.
Am I still mute too?
I was going to start a wager in the comments of what, if we could guess what John was eating. And I was going to go with like 3-month-old Bugles ranch flavor. That's what I was thinking.
That's a good mic. It's a good mic, y'all.
Like that. I was going to guess glass. Just solid pieces of glass. Well, looks like we have another man here. Chris Stevens, is that you out there?
Yep, that's me.
How's it going, man?
Good. Still trying to figure out how this works. So
Is this the first time you've been in one of these?
yeah, it is.
It's pretty much just like a video conference call.
Okay.
That's pretty much all it is, that we're live, so everything we say is embedded in everybody's minds forever. If you make a mistake, it's the most horrible thing that's ever happened.
Oh yeah.
If you check out Santa's YouTube page, he tells you how to do all that stuff. Yeah.
There's probably one out there too. Actually, there's probably a Santa that will explain this.
Joe,
For everything.
Joe Shearer just asked about a video I did when it was one where I changed those gaskets on a centrifugal chiller in the video, and he asked why I didn't use an impact on the bolts. I don't know if any of you guys saw that video. There's about 150 bolts. Well, Joe, I snapped two adapters that day trying to use the impact. I just didn't record it, and I broke two of them. And I said, you know what, screw it. And I just went with what I knew would get them on. It took a lot longer, but yeah. And believe it or not, when you have that many of those bolts of that size, you run through those batteries way too quick. Now I do have a corded impact that I usually use, but that day I didn't have it. I'd lended it out. So yep, it was the half-inch ratchet that day. So it definitely added probably 45 minutes to an hour, to that portion of the job. But yes, definitely an impact is ideal if you're careful with it, because a lot of guys ruin those heads too using an impact. They go way too hard, and actually on those York heads, you really only need 40 foot-pounds of torque on those bolts. It's not a lot. You don't need a lot to keep those from leaking. So usually guys jack them on so tight, it causes a lot of problems with the gasket. Kind of has a reverse result on it.
Oh, so. Hercules!
There's a bunch of chillers for you guys that are never going to see one. Chiller tips, AK Greaves.
How long ago was that video, AK? Because I was watching some of your stuff today.
That actually is the first video where I started going in the direction I'm going now. It was the first video where I tried to make it. It was back in 2 months ago. It's called the chiller gasket.
I haven't got back that far yet.
It's probably like 15 videos back, something like that. And that was all. That was the last video too. That was 100% done from the cell phone, shot, edited, uploaded from the phone. And then after that, I went on to some other stuff, but it still came out okay.
Nice. Cool. I got to say something in the chat right now. Is Justin HVAC, an all-time Hangout favorite. I don't know if you guys remember this guy. He's the one who describes Ameristar screws like 2-3 years ago. Hilarious. He's actually alive. I cannot believe it. I haven't seen him in years. Does anybody remember this guy? Justin Gonzalez?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Yes. If he joins, we have to put like a disclaimer on the screen if he joins, but it's hilarious. Perhaps it'll be next time. I just want him to know that we see you out there, Justin. I want you to return. Not every 3 years. Yep.
Zack.
Yep.
Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay. Yes. Look, I have a question for y'all. I went through this. I'm on call this weekend. Okay, I had a early morning service call where the customer said that the unit cut off on them around about 10 o'clock last night, and then all of a sudden, 9 o'clock in the morning, I get there and the unit's running perfectly fine. They have 2 zones, 2 thermostats. It's a gas furnace. Was it 3-ton American Standard? Has I can't remember it's a Honeywell zoning board. I can't remember what model number it is right offhand, but I stayed there for about 2.5 hours, fiddling with the thermostats, checking the boards, seeing if there was anything possible that caused it to go out. Nothing. Now, they said this was like the third technician that has come out to see what's going on. Does anybody have any insight? Oh, it does have a humidifier on there too.
John, go ahead and
Yeah.
tell him. Tell him, John. John's gone. He's the only one who knows. He's gone. Walking his cat.
I was like, to me, that's a ghost in the system.
Maybe some erratic control or signal wire, something like that.
Say it again.
Maybe some signal wire or your controls is acting erratic. I've seen it before.
Yeah, well, like I said, while the system's running, I'm messing and playing with wires, while it's live, just trying to see if I could get anything to act up, while I'm there. And I mean, nothing, absolutely nothing acts up. One thing I did find that at the humidifier, the drain tube that was there was like kinked in like 2 spots. And I'm wondering maybe that's it. Maybe it has an internal float switch, but I couldn't even take the whole humidifier apart. It's weird.
Yeah, but if it's running an AC, your humidifier should have nothing to do with it right now. Are they programmable thermostats?
One is a programmable thermostat. The other one is a non-programmable thermostat. And I'm glad you asked that, because I did check the schedule that they have set for for each and every single day, and they had every day it was set for 74, except for the weekends it's set for 72. And for that non-programmable thermostat, I was double checking to make sure that they had it, was it set for a gas furnace and not possibly a heat pump or something like that.
Jim, repeat the first part of your question for the guys in the chat. What happened to the machine to begin with?
Okay, to begin with, about 10, they said 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, system all of a sudden just shuts off, without question. And then comes on somewhere about, I would say, close to 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. And this is in cooling, not in heating, in cooling.
Is there any float switch or like a condensate pump with a float switch that goes?
You know what? That's what I checked. I'm telling you, I checked everything on the system. Was it the float switch? I made sure that there was nothing wrong with the float switch. I played with the float switch. I wanted to make sure that it came on. It shut off the because they broke yellow instead of breaking red. They broke yellow just to cut out the outdoor unit and let the indoor unit still run. But they said the customer tells me that the indoor unit doesn't even come on at all between 10 at night and 9 in the morning. So, you automatically know that the outdoor unit doesn't come on at all. So basically what I told them to do is write down everything detail for detail, what they see, what they hear, what they find, as the system's, running and not running during those times.
How many zones are there?
There's 2 zones. There's 2 zone dampers.
2 zone. Is it like a main floor and bonus room, or how's it zoned?
It's zoned where was it one? So it's upstairs. One. I would say half of one side is zone 1. The other half is zone 2. So it's like the other half is like the master bedroom. So that's zone 1. I guess they consider that as.
And does it stay off constantly that whole time period? Does it run for short bursts and shut off, or is it just offline for the entire night?
It's offline for the entire night.
That's kind of strange. I mean, you need to go and head over there now, probably.
Yeah, like heck, I will. That's why I told them. Y'all have some homework. Write down exactly what goes on, and then call us up, Monday morning and let us know what happens. I mean, I'm not going to spend the whole day or a whole night with them.
Yeah, being
I think
offline
that's
constantly.
I think that's another Keen Tuck curse system. I had one of those. So in the club.
Yeah, that's tough because most of the problems wouldn't keep it out all night. And if you had some kind of hard lockout, it would remain off until you reset it. So that's kind of a mystery. So, I mean, you're going to have to get your stuff together and head on over there, man.
You know what? I might as well get my sleeping bag, pillow, and the whole nine.
Sleepover.
Yeah, show up at the door. Sleepover, guys. Who the hell are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm here to service. It's like, I'm here to service your unit. Or, wait, this is pipe laying hours. What are you talking about?
I'm here to fix your AC and hang out with your daughter. Don't worry, I'll be out by 8 a.m.
Well, hey, does it do it every night? Does it do it every single night?
They said since April, it's been doing it almost every single night.
Wow.
That's got I don't know, man. That's seems like a thermostat thing, man.
It's like somebody's with the circuit breaker.
I don't know. Maybe they keep the light on in the basement all day, and then when they shut it off, they're actually shutting the furnace off.
That would be funny shit.
I actually asked the customer. I was like, by chance, do any one of you sleepwalk? By
The sad part is when you figure it out, when you finally do figure it out, it's probably something stupid like what Zach just said. It's probably nothing, that all crazy. It's something stupid like a switch or something dumb.
It's got it. That would be hilarious. I wouldn't doubt that. I'm kind of thinking more towards that float switch is possibly going bad. But it's just an intermittent thing. But I don't even know, man. It's killing me. I mean, I cleared out that drain. I cleared it out. I made sure that there was no standing water. I double checked the pitch of the drain line just to see. I even checked to see if there's water dripping down on the control board or the motor or something.
Well, it would have clogged up during the day, though, because it ran more during the day than at night anyway, right?
Right.
That's a tough one right there, because all these switches that would shut off, like the free switches in the chat, usually they would, shut it off and then it would start back up. Or if it had a hard lockout, you'd never start back up. So it's really weird. That's strange.
Yeah.
What kind of system is it? Just like a basic system? Non-communicating?
Yeah, basic non-communicating, American Standard, gas furnace. With a it's the thermostat that they have up there is not a Honeywell. It's one of those Hunter ones, you buy from Home Depot or Lowe's.
We're gonna all blame that now. That's gonna be all our. It's the Hunter stat. Just rip it off. Wire the Y and red together and see if it ever shuts off. I bet it won't anymore. Wire the green. Yeah. That's right. Got to do it right. Wire the green too.
I thought about that.
Honeywell one, the plastic white one, that's like $15. I don't know if you've them.
No, this one is made by Hunter. It's called Hunter. I've had some issues with those Hunter thermostats. Yeah. Okay. Lord, baby girl, start acting up. But anyways, I hate those Hunter thermostats myself. I like Honeywell. I stick with Honeywell. They're the greatest to me, my opinion.
No, I like them. The Hunter stats, I replaced a few of them because they went bad. Guys in the chat say they also suck. That is the consensus in the chat is that they suck. And I do believe that's probably true. So it might be that sort of thing. I mean, is it something that lines up with like there's a sleep cycle in the program that it's off during that sleep cycle? Does it match up like that?
Yes, there's a wake was it a wake and a sleep cycle to that, and all throughout the wake and the sleep cycle, they have it set for 74 degrees, and that's it. I mean, Monday through Friday, except for, like I said, Saturday and Sunday, they have it set for 72. Wake and sleep.
I know we use those the Honeywell, the 6000 ones that you program.
Mm-hmm.
And what I would do, like if it really to be sure that everything would turn off when you program it for sleep, you put the thermostat at. Well, I only use straight cool, so I don't have heating, but I don't know if you can do it. I would put it at 99, and it would just turn everything off for the period I would tell it to wake up again. And then we'll go to the next day. It will turn on whenever moment it was programmed.
I mean, I can try to see. Well, I'm not going to be able to go there until of course, the boss gives me permission to do so.
Yeah. But
I'm just curious. I'm curious as to know what they write down and what they tell me, has gone on. Because I mean, they gave me their story, but it was just like it wasn't just making sense at all, to me. Because normally, when you talk to a customer and they tell you, these certain things are going on, you already got in your mind, what possibilities it could be. And this wasn't the case. This was like, okay, this is weird. If it's doing this one thing, why is this not failing?
I think that basically you're screwed, man. I know you're looking for answers from these professionals here.
You're just gonna have to pick your brain a little bit. Whatever info you can get.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
It's like maybe it'll match up because it sounds just like the sleep time for the sleep cycle for a program. So it's almost like just either take it out of program mode, leave it in manual, or try a different stat or something if you can't figure it out after your next visit.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put in a new thermostat. Definitely the non-programmable one. I'll probably leave as is. Just to see. But that programmable one, definitely, I'll replace that, and I'll probably replace the float switch. But as far as the board is concerned, I mean, like I said, there was nothing on the zone board, nor the nor the board for the gas furnace that was showing any type of fault code.
I'm sorry, we were actually chatting amongst ourselves using the side chat. I don't know if you can see there, but one of those things. I don't know what you're going to do about that problem since it happens at night. That's a tough one to figure out right there because nothing that we can think of can solve that problem.
What y'all put in the chat, man?
there's like this side chat I noticed, and what
it's not about you.
No, it's not about you. But they were talking to each other, and I didn't know that you were HVACR videos. I didn't know that was you either.
I didn't either.
Not why I'm
That's what I just said.
The world famous HVACR videos here. We didn't even know it.
There's nothing world famous. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hijack this, guys.
No, that's
not go ahead,
no, an integral part.
He slipped in with that hoodie on, and I'm used to seeing him in that uniform and the glasses and the earpiece and everything like that.
I didn't put the name together because I seen it on Facebook. I mean, I didn't put the name together there. So that's cool. I'm glad you decided to join.
It's a great channel, guys. If you guys haven't checked it out, definitely do.
Thanks for that.
We're going to pimp you out a little bit. What is it? HVACR videos? Is that what it's called? There you go.
Okay.
Nice. I'll check it out.
Enjoy your 7 more subscribers, man.
Thanks, man.
If AK's guys will go over there, then you have like 7,000 subscribers. I mean, good grief.
Yeah,
Slowly on the way.
You don't want all mine going over there because you're not going to be able to handle them.
You have like a Prius you can take them over there in or something like that?
Yeah, I know. We take the short bus on field trips.
Oh my gosh, I'm like a damn clown car.
It's funny that I don't want to pick on Greaves, but Greaves got more subscribers in 1 month than I got in the first 4 years I was on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh
It
man.
was crazy, man. It was just awesome. I've never seen that happen before. It was just unreal, and I'm happy for you. It was great.
No, I appreciate that. Well, you all paved the way. It took 7 years because nobody had ever done it before, I would say.
He's so humble. We all suck. That's the reason why we didn't do it. I mean, it's cool. I'll say it. We suck. I don't know about Billy. Billy's cool. He just doesn't make videos now.
Yeah, I just don't do anything anymore.
Billy's out of the limelight. He stays behind the mic now instead of behind the camera, which is okay. We want you to do both, though.
I'll get
Hey,
that.
don't feel so bad, Billy. I'm doing the same thing too.
Yeah, I don't even remember when your last video was. I think you were up on a rooftop or something. Last video I saw you do.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I had the meter too, and it was just like after a while I got tired of trying to edit a video, trying to do this. It's like, oh, this is a headache.
Yeah, and you had to go and do your actual job as well, which adds to it. So it's like, let me get rid of the part that makes me no money.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Zach, you see Ralph down there?
No, I did not.
No, he said I'm coming for him next.
Oh yeah, Grease is passing people like Lav used to, like they're standing still. They're just gonna like, what happened? What the hell? I thought it was, Now I'm number 57th in the HVAC community.
I wish if I could turn the computer monitor around, you guys would see my 6 foot by 4 foot whiteboard that I have all your names written down and the slash mark. So,
He's got a hit list, and you're all on it.
hey, big milestone. I just passed Johnson Controls last week.
Hey man, look, I just finished giving you a nice compliment when you just got into the chat. Now, come on, can you do this to a brother, man?
Oh, that's awesome. You passed Johnson Controls. There's so many good channels. Now, how close are you to NorCal?
200 and something.
Oh, he's going down in like the next week or so.
It's a couple hundred, I think.
Oh,
and then I guess it's you. I'm
not too far out.
No, Brian would be next. I gotta get Brian.
HVAC Schools channel?
Yeah.
That's a hard one.
Yeah, it'd be yeah. He just crossed 10K, and that makes you what is it? Opal YouTube member.
An Opal. I didn't know that. An Opal member.
Yeah. Right now, it's something else. I'm Opal. You're any guys that cross 10K, it's something else. I'm Opal, and then below 1,000 is they made him. You're graphite.
Gonad.
So
Popcorn.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Opal. I know what the hell an opal is. Some sort of rock. You're a rock.
Yeah.
I'm that YouTuber with the fake Gucci bag walking around. I don't have enough subscribers to get the real one yet, but I'm working my way up to it.
Yeah, below 500 hardened toothpaste. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Hey, that's Elmo status, man. Elmo status.
Elmo status. All right, hold on one second, guys. I do have to give away the shirt thing that I promised that I was doing here at the end of the show, which is already gone by. Looks like.
Oh, you said 9:55.
I know I did, and it turned out to be a little bit later than that. So let me do that.
Ralph, 10K to 100K is the next level.
Oh my god, that'll take forever. I'll never get to 100K.
Yeah, so you'll be Opal for a long time.
Yeah, I'll be Opal forever.
Greaves will be there next week.
Yeah, Greaves is gonna pass me like I'm standing still, man. It's like I got crosshairs on me. It's like I'm walking next to the road. He's got a Lamborghini coming.
No, Gray Furnace Man is at the top. He's the top of the whiteboard.
You can get him.
He's at like 70, almost 76,000. He's the closest one to getting a silver play button from YouTube, which is 100K.
Next Gray Furnace Man, and then he's gonna take out PewDiePie, and he's gonna go to all the guys, aren't you?
But he puts up a video now. It's he'll make a video and it's me taking out the trash, and then he'll get a couple thousand views on it. So he's at that level. That's where I want to be.
Yeah.
You can do it. All right, we're going to get our winner real quick here. Let's see who's the winner. All right, who's the winner? Let's see. Justin Henning. Hey, dude, you won. Justin Henning, send me an email. We'll send you a shirt. Oh, my gosh. That's funny.
Rigged.
Hashtag rigged, brah. Of course it is. I like Justin, therefore he won. You think that's a coincidence? Well, So I'm going to bring this hangout to a close. This was fun. Let's do this again next week, shall we?
Yeah.
Cool.
Absolutely.
Cool. All right. And it'll be an hour long, so it won't be this like 7-hour deal because I don't want to stay awake that long, basically. So I'm gonna have, each one of you guys can say goodbye. You can just say goodbye all together. I just push the button before you get a chance to talk. We can do it. Does anyone want to say goodbye to everybody watching?
Deuces.
Jim says bye, everybody. John M and CC, you say bye.
Y'all have a wonderful evening.
Chris
Bye-bye,
Stevens of
y'all.
HVACR videos. Go subscribe to Chris. He's in here the first time and hopefully of many times. So Chris, say goodbye to everybody.
See you guys later. Thanks a lot.
The infamous Billy Noth from the Tool Pros podcast. Always exciting every Wednesday morning, except when it's Thursday morning or Wednesday afternoon.
Very true.
So you can say goodbye to all of your fans and go subscribe to that podcast on whatever device you got.
Yes, indeed. Tool Pros rocks, man.
There you go. Alexander, you can say goodbye all the way from the 51st state of Puerto Rico.
No, not 51st yet. That's still in the mix.
We're working on it.
Yeah. Have a good night, guys.
And last but not least, Greaves, the man who will overtake us all.
Yeah, I can make fun of myself and take it out. I go, well, that's it for this week, guys. And, until next week, stay safe out there, and we'll see you on the next one.
Skip the supply run and get straight to the job with Supply House. With over 280,000 in-stock parts for plumbing, HVAC, and electrical pros, you'll find what you need and get it delivered fast. Join their free Trade Master program for exclusive perks, including free shipping, exclusive discounts, and helpful tools. Order smarter and save 5% on your first order with code ST5 at supplyhouse.com. That's supplyhouse.com, promo code ST5. Yellow Jacket's been creating tools for the better part of a century, and they've just expanded their vacuum lineup with a brand new Deluxe Max Flow Evacuation Kit and Vacuum Y with a Real Torque core removal tool. These innovative products will allow you to vacuum better, faster, and more safely than you ever have before. It's not a surprise that Yellow Jacket's creating these new products because they've been creating products like this for over 70 years. You can trust their name, Yellow Jacket. Find out more at yellowjacket.com. Jobber is an all-in-one solution for your HVAC business. Jobber utilizes a fluid and intuitive workflow to help guide you through each and every call and job you perform. As a company owner, you can put together estimates, transfer those into invoices, and collect payment all through Jobber. Jobber also integrates with many of the services you already use, like QuickBooks and Company Cam. You can try Jobber for free, and you also can save 20% on your first 6 months by using my link in the description of this video or podcast. So don't hesitate. Go down there, click the link, and let me know what you thought about it. Jobber. Man, we are live. Oh, Clint's going to miss this one. I got to sneeze, too. As soon as I do this, I have to sneeze. All right, I'm going to put the link in the description so you guys can go ahead and get in here. We have an hour till around 9:30. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be fun. You guys can come in here and talk about whatever you want. You listen to the podcast every week. You hear about what I want to talk about. So the next hour is whatever you want to talk about. So I'll put the link in the description here. And good evening. This is HVAC Shop Talk, if you didn't know that already. Glad you guys joined. Thank you, Clint, again for the super chat. Man, you are all right, Clint. You are all right. So I'm going to go ahead and put that link in there. Let me find it. I know it's in here somewhere. I know it's in here somewhere. I always forget. Oh, I remember. I remember. Okay, it'll be in there just a second. I do need a sneeze button. I have a sneeze button. Here's my sneeze button. I can hit it right there just like that. All right, so here we go, guys. Come on in here and talk for a little while. Then we can all go watch Live PD or whatever. Get a drink of water here. Man, sorry I'm a little bit late, guys. The Browns had to go to the Super Bowl, if you know what I'm saying. Don't make me explain it. Just understand. What's going on out there in the world? We had a live event today, and there's actually some big news here. For those of you who don't know, we did put up the stickers again. We have shirts for sale again because Ted was asking about it. Ted's pretty pushy, so I had to indulge him. So here's the stickers if you want one. Put it right there in the chat. And also, I'm going to go back one. And here are the shirts. Put those in there as well. And here are the shirts. I'll put those in there a little bit later. But if you want something like that, that'd be cool. Good way to support the podcast. We have a lot of guys in here tonight who wants to come in and talk to each other. It'll be cool. We only have 55 minutes or so to have a great time. We had a great live stream earlier. I'll get it started with the conversation here. Although I'm going to want to blow my nose in a second, but I'll hold that off for this. We had to talk earlier about the role of YouTubers in policing other YouTubers as far as being factual and being correct with their HVAC videos. What do you think the role is? Should we just leave well enough alone? Just shut up and get out of the way? Or should we go and say something when we see something that we know is wrong? Now, a lot of you guys have seen this happen before. And I don't mean go and say something like, you're a hack prick. That's not what I mean. I mean, go and say something like, hey, I think the motor should be pointing the other direction, or something helpful. Or, hey, that unit's upside down. It's not going to drain properly. Something like that. So come on in here. Let's talk about it. We have times of wasting. Times of wasting. You know, that Browns thing, I'm not talking about the Cleveland Browns. The Browns have been bad for a long time. I'm no sports fanatic, but I know the Browns suck. So if you like the Browns, I'm sorry. I did like that Bernie Kosar, but I think that's been a while. I did like the Patriots back when Bledsoe was the quarterback. I haven't liked them since around 2001. Yeah, I don't watch too much NFL. I've been watching the College World Series for the boys in baseball and for the girls in softball. Been watching a little bit of soccer. Haven't got to see too much of the World Cup yet. Really like soccer here. It's kind of taken over for some reason. But I've been doing a lot of baseball. Anybody can join if you just hit the link. That's all you got to do is hit the link and come on in here. The link is on the screen, guys, or on the chat so you can see it. Anybody can join. We can talk. That's what it's all about. Anybody who wants to shoot the bull until 9:30. I see some guys in there. Where you guys at? Come on in here. Let's talk. Last time we had like 9 guys in here. I can put up, stuff for shirts and stuff. Y'all want to go buy shirts? That's fine. Go buy some shirts and stickers. Then come back and we'll talk. That'll be great. That's cool, Chris. You cook your dinner and you be in here in a bit. We'll be here till 9:30. The link is not working. All right, let me try again. I'll put a link in the description again. Or not in the description, but in the chat. There we go. Link is in the chat again. You can try it again. Should work. Somebody give it a whirl. Please have a headset and mic if you join. Yeah, that's a good idea. What a good bit of advice. If you're going to join up, make sure you have a nice, quiet environment. If you're working in a restaurant with a bunch of pots and pans clanging, maybe just listen this time. That'd be okay. But if you have a quiet area, feel free to come on in. It's up to you guys. I can talk the whole time. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. Like I said, we were talking about that YouTuber stuff earlier, but I'll put that out as a YouTube video or maybe a podcast a little bit later. That was on the HST radio. If you guys haven't seen that yet, plays a podcast all day long. We do some live events there. Oh, we're doing a live event right now, aren't we? I haven't linked it up to the radio station, but we could do that. But I'm not doing that tonight. We could talk about Bosch. Oh, God, no. Why? I'm just kidding. No more Bosch for a while. The Bosch is gone. YouTube beef, not exactly that, but more like just what's our roles in the HVAC community. Not like the YouTube drama. Not talking about that, but just like the roles of people helping each other out. Are we there just to help or be quiet, or should we be telling people how to do things or what? Justin's at his dealer's house right now. How is Ralph doing? Ralph is good. I'm be surprised if he didn't pop in here a little bit. He was here last time. Ralph can pop in too, man. Anybody can pop in if they want to. JH, HVAC and Plumbing. He could pop in here. I can't email in the link. I have it right here in the thing. You should be able to hit the link. Tell me if the link don't work for you right there on the link I put in the chat. If the link in the chat's not working, we're going to have a problem. That's how everybody got in here last time. Oh, see? Hey, Ralph is good. JH just talked to him earlier. See? It don't work. Well, if it don't work there, we got bad news. That's the same link I'd be emailing you. All right, let's see here. Let me see if I can't fix this. What do you guys think of Hillmore products? Man, let's get in here. Let's talk about Hillmore. The good, the bad. Let's see what we got here. If you want me to email you a link, you can send me a text to that station number. Might have your email already, but I just don't remember. Station number is 910-970. Let's see here. 910-970-0774. If you want a link email to you, just give me your email there. I'll see if I can find some of y'all's links here in my mail archive. William Creasy, Patriot. Let's see. I'll find it over here. Maybe I can find it. Some of them I don't have, some of them I do. Yep, I got yours, William Creasy. I'll send you one. All right. All right, just give me a second. I'll get that out. I don't know why it's not working. I might be able to put it in the description, but I don't know if I can do that now that the video started. All right, William, you got yours going out. There you are. Let's see what else we can do here.
Hey, what's up, Zach?
Somebody's here. Who made it in here?
It's me, Isaiah. How you
Isaiah,
doing?
welcome. How you doing?
Doing great. My mom's here with me. Mama
Tell him
B.
what I said.
Say hi, Mom.
What'd you say?
Zach.
Mama said Isaiah has to listen and not talk so much.
Isaiah has to listen and not talk.
Let me set you up right here.
Yeah.
Hello.
And
How's everybody, Zach?
Well, I'm good. Cannon's calling in. Let's see what he has to say. Hold on. Oh, Cannon, call back in. I missed your call. Cannon Casey tried to call back in and I missed him. Call back, Cannon. How's it going, Isaiah?
I'm doing good.
You work today?
No, not yet. I'm just relaxing this weekend, having some fun.
Well, that's good. Oh, they're good. They're good. Oh, he got it. Did you get the email?
Yes, I got the email.
How you doing?
Just got done on a long day.
I hear the link is not working. And here's Cannon Casey. All right. Here's Cannon Casey. Cannon, you're on the line.
What's going on?
So why don't you pop into the Hangout? Why are you calling into the Hangout?
Well, because I'm busy right now and I can't get on the Hangout.
You're busy doing what? Are you at a service call?
No, I'm not at a service call. I'm working at my mom's house. I go over to my mom's house for dinner. I showed you the pizza. And I'm like, why is it so hot in here? I go over to the thermostat, 81 degrees, set at 71.
Oh, so your mom's house is broke? Or do you live with your mom, Cannon? Tell the truth.
No, I live with my dad. My parents are divorced.
Oh, do you go back and forth or you stay with your dad?
No, I just stay with my dad.
You just come over to fix the AC and get pizza.
I go over to my mom's house most of the time because I'm tired of dealing with that.
Oh, I got you. All right. Well, are you going to be able to come back by the time you're done? You don't know what's wrong with it yet.
Bro, I don't have a clue what's wrong with it. I've taken the panel off with a ratchet right now.
Oh, you have no tools.
I have no tools at all.
Oh my gosh. Well, good luck to you, Cannon. You poor soul. You've had the roughest time on service calls.
Hey, maybe I will I'll send you. Maybe I'll get my laptop and we'll do the Hangout and I'll put it on top of the air conditioner. You watch the work on it.
Yeah, if you keep it nice and quiet, that'll work great. You think that's possible?
You know, you might hear, and, you know,
you'll shock yourself live on air. That's what's going to happen. You'll think this is going to be a great idea.
Wouldn't it? I've already done that today.
You've already done that today?
Yeah, 240 volts right to my client net driver that I just bought.
Good grief. Maybe you need to invest in insulated tools.
You know, I thought about that right before I touched it.
Oh my gosh. You poor joker. So you going out there right now to try to fix this thing?
I'm going back to my house to grab tools and then I'm coming back to hers.
Oh, you poor soul. Well, if it's enough time when you get back and you figure it out, you can call back and update us. How's that?
Okay, sounds good. I also hung out on my phone so I can just join the Hangout there.
Okay.
It's a Linux, so you know it might take me a while. Hopefully it's not a wiring problem, but I'll have to call you about the wiring diagram.
They're unnaturally complicated.
Yes, they are.
Well, good luck to you.
Okay, I'll talk to you later.
All right, man. Bye. He's gone. He's gone.
Oh, hey, Mike and Gary. Yeah, I don't know where Gil is today. I haven't seen him in about 3 or 4 days. I haven't seen Gil.
Hey, there's Ralph there. Ralph, why don't you come in here, man? Don't linger in the chat like a lurker. Don't be a lurker, Ralph. Come on into the Hangout. Let's communicate. It'll be okay. Zach, is your favorite color blue? It's because all this blue crap I got on? No, my favorite color is red, ironically.
They have experience, son. You listen. Listen.
Mother knows best. Listen to see
Yes.
Mother knows best.
If you didn't talk so damn much, son, you'd absorb even more.
Yes, ma'am.
Isaiah, you can tell her in your defense, no one else has come in here yet. So we're waiting
no
for
one's
people to
come
come in.
yet, except me and Zach.
We need some.
I mean, no joke.
No joke. We're the only two in here.
Oh, we gotta get the people.
Ralph is making supper. Yes, Ralph makes gourmet meals now. He doesn't heat up oodles of noodles any longer. He makes gourmet meals. So, well, I'll tell you guys, I'm going to give you all about 10 more minutes. We get some more people in here. Me and Isaiah will talk for 10 minutes. We'll call it a day. And I'll go up to the house and watch some sort of baseball or something. I don't mind, because I'm sure somebody's playing on the West Coast tonight, and I can watch that.
Yep.
I don't even know their names anymore. I really don't remember. I don't know anybody's name that plays baseball. I collected cards and I watched ball in the early 90s. That's the people I know from the early 90s. I don't know anyone's name anymore, but I still like to watch the sport. Do you watch sports, Isaiah?
Yes, sir. Football.
Football guys. Okay. Wait, are you down at Louisiana as well?
Yes, sir.
So are you like New Orleans Saints guys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Saints all the way. So, wait, who do you hate the most? Who do you hate? Who's the rivalry that you hate the most? Do you hate the Falcons? Do you hate the Panthers? Who else do you hate? Because that's the division.
Dirty Birds.
Okay, I can get down with that. All right, you hear that, Ralph? The Dirty Birds.
Yeah, you hear that, Ralph?
Well, only because we've seen how mean they've been to us.
Yeah, because we've only seen how mean they've been to us.
Freaking mean.
Yeah.
Hey, over there in the chat, I see Gary Black Jr. That's my guy right there. When I came up watching ball, it was Cal Ripken Jr. It was Iron Man, playing all those games in a row and then retiring. He was one of my favorite players. That was for the Orioles. So that would be Gil's area, actually, since he's Baltimore. Those are the Orioles right there.
Yeah.
And Nicholas Rowan, why don't you come in here, man? You talk for a little while. We need somebody to come in here. We had 9 last time. We got 2 this time. Come on. Need to get something going on. Hell, I might bring out video games to play them on the other screen if we're going to wait like this. If I can even do that.
You know something, Zach, from what I was reading, from some of these other, refrigerant companies, that would, from what I was reading in some of the booklets, that with the 407C refrigerant, you have to get rid of all the existing mineral oil from the original R22, refrigerant. Yep. So
a lot of them do say that.
You're gonna have nothing but problems, and I'm pretty surprised no one's had any issues with the 407C with the rest of the mineral oil mixed in.
Baby, you new to this.
They say that a lot. They know if you go to the Copeland people, you go to people that are compressor manufacturers, they will absolutely say that. They will never tell you to do it the way that even I've done it in the past, which is the 15 to 20% method. They will never agree with that. There are people that do agree with that to a certain degree. Like, let's see, Honeywell has put out some stuff. There's some other people, maybe National. I can't remember National Refrigerants, but some of them have attempted to agree, and I've had success with it in the past. But you will never see a compressor guy put that out because they would open themselves up to being sued if someone tried to do that. And plus, they do it the best possible way. And if you can get all the oil out of it, then that's the best way to do it. But I found success with doing it a different way. I won't say it's the best way, because if you take the oil out of it, that's the number one way to do it, because it's the best oil for the refrigerant. 407C definitely needs POE to some degree. It's not like the other drop-ins that have what's called a hydrocarbon in it to help the oil return. 407 doesn't have that, so it needs some other way to bring the oil back, which is the POE that we put in there. Right. But if you have all POE, that's the best. And a lot of times that's what's going to be from now on, because if you change a compressor, it already has POE. If you're changing an evaporator, a lot of times people are going to want to change the whole system at this point, because R22 is going out. Anyway, so it's going to be less of a big deal.
Well, I know, like with me, I changed a scroll compressor. It was an R22 unit, and ended up putting a 407C compressor in it and charging it up with 407C because it's a heck of a lot cheaper.
Yeah, and you don't have to. You can use 407C, and with that, you're still going to have some mineral oil in the system, because other parts of the system will have mineral oil in it still, and there's a lot of disagreement on how big of a deal that is. And we can ask Chris Stevens, since he's here, how big a deal is it to change a compressor and go to 407C, because the compressor has POE in it, and not take out the residual mineral oil in other parts of the system, like the accumulator or whatever? Is it a big deal? Does it matter? What do you say?
I think it depends on the manufacturer, though, too. I've had a lot of problems with Train on their commercial units with the 3D scrolls. Trying to use the alternative refrigerants, and the compressors will fail within a couple days because the oil doesn't travel correctly with the refrigerant. I don't know if I'm too worried about the oils mixing, though. Not so much. I mean, if you get out, I'd say more than 80% of the oil by changing that compressor. You know, if you're changing it, if you're just gonna, I don't know. Yeah.
It's a tough one. I heard something about Train compressors. I don't know which one it was, but they would lose the compressors over and over again if they used some sort of replacement. I don't know if it was 3D scroll or not. It might have been.
Yeah,
they were saying that particular compressor had a lot of problems with doing that sort of thing.
Yeah, my understanding on the 3D scrolls is there's an upper bearing that's lubricated by the refrigerant coming back. And the oil, if you've ever worked on their big package units, you always get oil spray when you pull the suction, your suction gauges off. So they really rely on that oil coming back to lubricate that top bearing. At least that's what I heard. So
that makes sense, because that's sort of what they were talking about. I forget who was telling me about that, but it was like a epidemic with that particular compressor. The other ones, not so much, but they had to stick to all R22 is what they said. If you switched it, they would die, basically.
Yeah, I switched one out. It was probably a $4,000 job because it's a big 15-ton, and the compressor failed 2 days later. No fun.
That's nice.
Yeah. No fun. No fun at all.
Yeah, I just did a roto lock compressor this morning, put that new 22, the 422B in it. So hopefully there ain't no problem.
Well, we got two different people join simultaneously.
What's going on?
Cannon, what's happening, Cannon? You're traveling now?
Oh, I got a haircut and a shave, so I look less like a caveman now, I've been told.
Like you had facial hair to begin with.
I didn't have much, you were correct.
Oh, man. It'll kick in, man. Don't worry. You just keep hoping. It'll kick in. You shave it, it'll come back dark.
My dad told me that he grew a beard when he was 25. So I got.
Well, Cannon, your internet sucks, so I'm sorry. We can't hear half of that.
What's up, everybody?
What's happening, Gary?
What's everybody driving and video chatting?
Well, Cannon's driving, and William looks like he's driving. I think that's it.
Safe driving.
Cannon's probably driving. He couldn't tell us if he wanted to, or so it would sound like.
I am driving, yes.
What, Cannon?
I'm driving!
All right, well, Cannon's driving. He's got to go fix his mother's unit, unfortunately. We were talking about replacement refrigerants.
Mom's waiting on Cannon for the air conditioning.
The 422B. Chris, what do you use any R22 replacements, or you just go back with stock and not even worry about it?
410.
Talking to me?
Yep.
I don't know if I was the only Chris.
That's
right now,
a good point. I'm sorry. I should have said Chris.
It's all good. Right now, since I had that, I was using 427A was my replacement because I was told that was the best one. I don't know if I think they're all kind of the same. I think you would have better luck if it wasn't one of those Train 3D scroll compressors. I've used 427A on Copeland scrolls and it works fine. But I'm just kind of getting away from using the drop. I mean, the drop-ins, and I'm just going back to R22.
Well, it's the best way to do it, I guess, because you don't have to change anything about the system. You know it's good to go because it's already designed for it. So the cost is lower. I'm going to mute you for just a second.
No, just medium flat.
He's ordering for the drive-thru. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, I've actually talked to. I deal with all restaurants. That's all I do is commercial stuff with restaurants, and I deal with big chains. And I've approached the facilities departments and asked them if they wanted me to use R22 replacements, and they've all said no. And those are the big chains. They just want me to stick with R22. They know the cost is high, but they just don't want to have to deal with the problems with it. So they'd rather change out a unit if they have to, versus doing a conversion to a different refrigerant.
R22 has come down a little bit in cost overall, though, hasn't it?
Yeah, but I haven't been seeing the prices that everybody else has been seeing out here in SoCal. It's still up there. Do you care if we talk about pricing here?
I don't care. I mean, I don't think any
Okay.
customers are watching this. If they are, then man, they just.
Well, I'm not worried about
Nothing
that, but
else to
I
do.
want to say I just bought a drum of 22 the other day and it was still $450, I think. And I've heard some people say they can get it lower than that. So
Yeah.
Hold on. Where the heck are you at to get it at 450? I'm paying between about 650.
you know what? I thought I heard someone say they were getting it cheaper. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm gonna look it up right now because I thought I paid $450. Maybe it was more.
Let's go directly to the Johnstone website and log in, everybody.
Because here in Lawton, Oklahoma, we're getting it at between 650 and 700.
I'll tell you right now. I'm logging on
Yeah,
right now.
that's-
So
I wish I
no,
knew. I was
actually,
wondering.
you know what? Yeah, I was wrong. I'm getting it for $545.
It's a lot better than it was at the peak. It was way up there. Here it was
Yeah.
almost $1,000
It
at the
was
peak.
it was a hell of a lot more expensive back then.
So it was just like they said, really. It wasn't the epidemic increase, the nonstop increase that they sort of predicted. It was just kind of leveled back out as the need sort of went down as well.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, what do you think about the propane and all the what is it?
The phone ain't trying to do work. You're gonna get his ass whipped by that.
What do you think about propane?
I've worked with it quite a bit. I deal with it in all the reach and refrigerators. I mean, you just got to be careful when you got all the processes. I'm not scared of it. I can see where it could be scary if you weren't following the rules and being careful. But I definitely can see some bad things happening if people aren't following the rules and using it correctly. If someone that doesn't know what they're doing tries to hook up a recovery machine and recover propane, you might have a problem.
Well, it says all over everything, it tells you that it's propane unit, so you should just be
Yeah, and I think the big thing too is to follow the rules. I know it's a pain in the ass, but you got to cut, at least on the reach-ins, you've got to cut the service fittings off when you're done. You've got to pinch them shut and weld them because you've got to think about the next guy or some apprentice going on there and just throwing gauges on there and not really realizing it's, propane. He could get himself into trouble. So that's, all the manufacturers recommend that you take your service fittings off when you're done completely and weld them shut just like it came from the factory. So
That's interesting. I've never heard that before. Because I haven't gone through any of the training for R290. That's
watch
interesting
my
every
video.
single time. I have to
Watch my
your
video.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
See, that's a plug. No, you got to take a pinch off. So it's kind of scary. You'll see the sketchy part at the end of the video. You've got to take one of those vice grip style pinch off tools. You've got to pinch the line off, cut it, and then weld it shut with propane in it.
That's pretty trippy. So your pinch off tool, essentially, it's not going to be any propane leaking out through your pinch off tool. Almost all the time.
Well, the first time I did it, there actually was, and I just had to tighten the pinch off tool tighter. You can actually hear it. So, and then if you think about it, with the pinch off tool, the even if it was leaking through the pinch off tool, the amount that would be coming out would be so minimal, and you're not going to have a Schrader cap in the end of that fitting you're welding on. So it's not that big of a deal. Just got to follow the rules.
Ounces. We're just talking a few ounces.
Yeah, I was just
maximum.
say it's ounces, not pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, the charge restriction right now is 150 grams, which equals out to be like 5.23 or 27. It's a minimal amount right now.
Yeah, I think Matt said it was 5.3. I think he was rounding up. So,
yeah.
I mean, if you were to ignite that, exactly how much danger would you be in? Not probably a whole lot.
My fear is not so much igniting it to an open line, but igniting it in a closed line. Think about a grounded out compressor. That's a pressure cooker. I understand everybody tells me it's not going to happen, but I don't know if you guys have seen, but I've seen terminals blow out of a compressor with R404A, and I've seen a small flame coming out because the oil ignites. So think about if that vapor from the propane ignites, that's going to be a nice big flame. I don't think it's going to explode and blow things up, but it's going to be a nice flame coming out of it, I would imagine.
Now, we're talking about R290 systems. They have special provisions in their relays that make them safer used with that system. Now, are the compressors built that way as well? Do you know anything about that? I've tried to talk to a few compressor manufacturers. Haven't got them on the podcast yet, but they must be made differently than a standard compressor.
They say that all the components are spark free, but you got to understand the windings are still the same inside the compressor, right? They're not going to change everything. The only change I've seen is on the starting components and the temperature controllers and the wire nuts. They don't use wire nuts. They use these stupid little fittings that clamp down on the wires. It really doesn't look too much different to me when I work on that stuff. I would imagine the compressor is still just a compressor. I mean, it's just electrical windings coated in that, waxy, oily material, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I can't see it being too different, but I've never cut one open. I guess that's a problem I have though too. Even if I wanted to cut one open, all the work that I'm doing on propane right now is under warranty, so I don't get to keep any of the compressors. So I got to send them all back.
You work on a turbo air?
I'd rather not.
Oh, I know. The coils leak every time I go to a little like condiment case or under the counter refrigerator, freezer. The evaporators always have a leak in it.
Yeah, that's a common thing with all those Korean brands. And yeah, the funny thing is there was in one of the Facebook groups, someone had brought up how crappy turbo air, or how someone was saying how bad True refrigeration was. And True's actually looking good compared to all the new brands. And that's kind of sad because True used to be the worst. So
yeah.
Now, what don't you like about turbo air? Sorry if I missed that. I was looking over here about the 290 compressors.
They're just not made well. They're cheap. They call them stainless steel cover or outside, on the box. They're not stainless steel. It's just this cheesy, low grade stainless steel that's magnetic, which doesn't make sense because stainless isn't magnetic. The box is just put together really crappy. Sometimes you'll even see the whole inside of the box will be plastic. They're just, I don't know. I just don't like working on them. There's a lot of problems. The schematics don't make sense. The tech support sucks. It's kind of on all the Korean manufacturers. Getting someone to help you with that box is almost impossible.
How about the controller?
Sorry. Say that again. Sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead and say that again.
I was going to say, how about the controllers for the True? They're not that good either.
I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm becoming complacent because I'm really starting to like True, and that's the sad thing. Because if you asked me 10 years ago, I would swear up and down that True was the worst thing out there. Trues, maybe I'm just getting used to them. I don't know. I don't work on them too much. Lately, I've been working on Delfield. Delfield, everything. They've been sweeping the market right now and flooding everything. They're everywhere. I run into a few Trues. They're decent to me. I mean, I guess maybe just because I know what to look for now. In the beginning, when I was new, however many years ago that was, I hated the True reach-ins. They were just a pain. They seemed like they were hard to take apart. I mean, I don't know. Everything's going digital too now, so you don't get very many mechanical controllers anymore. It's all digital controllers, and they're kind of all pretty much the same, in my opinion.
Oh, you sound like Ralph now. All of them are the exact same. In fact, Ralph puts in the chat, turbo air is a Nordyne of refrigeration. Do you think that's accurate?
I've never worked on a Nordyne, but I imagine, sure.
Have you heard Nordyne stereotypes?
No. I mean, I've heard you guys talking about them in the podcast and stuff like that, but
I think Nordyne's probably just like everything else. I think they have a Copeland compressor, and they're just kind of cheap. The materials are a little bit cheap, but same guts, I would imagine, as anything else.
Yeah. I think that in the refrigeration market right now, all the manufacturers are starting to make low quality equipment, just kind of with everything. I can't, even if a customer wanted to pay tons of money, the only way they can get something that would really, really last forever if it was custom made. So it's kind of all the way around. Some of the manufacturers still make, they'll make like 2 tiers. They'll make a low quality and a high quality box on the refrigerators, but even the high quality isn't even that great anymore.
Is that where you spend most of your time doing refrigeration, or is it HVAC? Because that's all you're talking about, digital scrolls and stuff like that. Where do you spend most of your time? What's the scope of your work?
I deal with, I'd say 98% of the work that I do is restaurant refrigeration and HVAC. I don't do any, I don't fix their cooking equipment. I don't fix their fryers, stuff like that. So I deal with refrigeration and HVAC. I would say probably 80% of my work is refrigeration, and then, the other 20% will be HVAC. Mainly just like package units and stuff like that. Nothing too technical, nothing too big.
How long have you been making videos? Because I just saw you on the radar, since I know you share it in the group and everything like that. So I went and check out a few of your videos. Have you been doing that very long?
No, I actually started my YouTube channel in November of 2017. Oh, wait. Yeah, this past November. And the first video, I want to say I really started uploading in about February. So it's been, 3-4 months?
And for some reason, I was imagining that you were some sort of teacher or something like that was in the field, but that's not the case then, I guess.
Nope. I'm just I run a service company with my dad, and we just work together. And I started making the videos kind of out of frustration when I work with the people that work with me that can't seem to get things right, or even if I explain it to them. So I just started making videos and then saying, hey guys, watch this. And then I saw everybody uploading them. So I just figured I'd start uploading them onto YouTube. So
has it helped the guys you're talking about? Have they watched those and going, hey, look, I did do it wrong and I'm going to change my ways? Or are they indifferent?
Yeah, they're starting to learn. They're starting to learn. And I'm actually getting some good feedback from YouTube too, from some people that are appreciating the videos too. I'd say that they're more aimed towards people that, are still kind of learning. I don't really want to make a video that's do it yourself so that someone can watch it and try to fix something. I kind of make them assuming that you know what you're doing for the most part, but I kind of try to stay basic.
Let me ask you what I was talking about earlier. I went live on the radio station and talked for about 15 minutes. Now, since you started on YouTube, I was talking about YouTubers' role and kind of coaching other YouTubers that are in the same field. If they do something wrong, should you bring it up? Should you just ignore it? What's your stance on that? Because you're obviously trying to educate the people around you. If you see something wrong in another video, are you going to interject, or are you just going to say, let them learn the hard way, or what?
You know what? I'm kind of torn on that one because I don't like misinformation out there. I don't like bad information, especially on YouTube videos, because it's really easy for the wrong person to find it and hurt themselves. But I'm also, because I'm new to uploading the videos, I'm also seeing trolls come out already. And it's like they come out and they're not even, it's interesting. So I don't know if I would want to post it in the public comments. I think that if someone has a personal email associated to their YouTube account, I might send someone an email and say, hey, look, I think this was wrong, but I'd rather not blast them on there, just because I don't appreciate when people, the trolls come out and start saying stuff on my comments. And it's like, it doesn't even make sense what they're saying.
Yeah. The other day I was told that I was a cheapskate for using 5% solder. And I don't even remember using 5% solder. I don't even know what video that was, but I was really lambasted for doing that. Now, a couple of guys are asking, what is the name of your YouTube channel?
It's HVACR Videos.
Let's see if I can't find that. And I'll put a link in there so guys can check it out.
Hey, Zach, are you saying the different methods on the YouTube, like say like the technician goes out to the job or whatever, and they do a different type of diagnosis, like, going through troubleshooting. Are you saying that they get backlash for like just different overall troubleshooting, or is it different people, just trolling?
That's a good question. I think guys could probably identify with some people disagreeing with the methodology. Let's say, for example, let me give an example of it. Let's say you see some guy using either a tool or doing some sort of calculation, you see it's wrong. He's just doing the wrong calculation, not because he's trying to put out misinformation, just because he got it wrong. What is your role in saying, like, hey, guy, this is incorrect, fix it? Or do you let it go, or do you interject? There are different styles, you're right. So I guess that would clash sometimes too. But I'm thinking more along the lines of the cut and dry black and white stuff, like it's just plain old wrong what you're doing. What do you think about that? Would you be one to say, I don't know, something? I'm trying to think of something that's really flagrant that would just be obvious, like it's a complete wrong size ductwork for something, and it is. Maybe you say, hey man, it should be a 12 and you're running a 6-inch round or something like that. Something really bad. Would you interject anything, or would you just kind of let it go because the guy's just going to figure it out anyway shortly?
I think if, for me, again, I'd like to personally reach out to them instead of blasting them on their channel. To each their own, everybody. I learned this trade the wrong way. Everything that I was taught was wrong, but it worked. I mean, it got me through. I've, in the last 10 years, 15 years, I've learned the right way to do things. And that's why I try to preach that to people now. But, who am I to, blast someone on their channel or post a public comment? Like I said, I'd prefer it just to be on a personal email or something like that.
Yeah, I get real nervous whenever I feel like I'm going to say something to correct somebody. I get real nervous because I've been wrong a whole hell of a lot. Yeah. And I figure that, I'm going to open my mouth and they're going to say, well, you didn't think about this. I'll be like, well, damn, I didn't think about that. Never mind. So I just kind of keep it to myself unless I'm 100% sure. And it's something maybe life or death or something like that. Because I feel pretty stupid because I've been made to feel stupid several times. And it's my own doing because I was wrong about something. I just kind of stay back.
I do commercial refrigeration, and I've been taught by just different senior mechanics over the years. You know, everybody has different methods on how to troubleshoot or do different theories or stuff like that. It's kind of hard when you just, I guess, grasping the overall experience and how to figure out how to fix stuff, because everybody has different opinions about how to go about fixing stuff and troubleshooting, I guess I'll say.
That's interesting. Welcome AK Greaves to the conversation.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
Now, what do you say about that, AK, or even Chris? Or hold on, my headphones messed up. What do you say about this whole methodology thing? Did you guys come up in school, or did you come up in the field? Now, in the field is the school of hard knocks, I admit, and I got a lot of stuff wrong for a long time because that's how I did. I didn't go to school, and I was really wrong about a lot of stuff. And I see a lot of guys coming up with, like, let's say the live capacitor measurement. I see that, and I'm like, man, where the hell did that come from? I never seen anything like that before. Except a meter just does it by itself. You know, I don't need that. But you see something like that, I never would have learned that just rummaging around in the field unless I was on YouTube or something like that. How much do you miss by not going to school, and where did you guys start? Let's start with you, Greaves. Did you go to school?
Yeah, I did. I did go to a little bit of community college when I got out of service. It really just taught me barely enough to not die my first few weeks, I guess. You know, most of what I've learned has been in the field, but I don't regret going to school.
Do you think how much of a leg up did it give you? Because it must have, you know, gave you some shortcuts. The guys in the field got to figure it out on their own. So you must have got a bump that they wouldn't have gotten, maybe a couple years ahead of them, 5 years into the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it gave me a leg up in certain senses, but I still took great caution to keep my mouth shut and not use that as, you know, any kind of justification to have more responsibility or to correct anybody, or, you know, to me, it was good just to have all that in my head. Some of the theory, it made some of the things that the more experienced guys were telling me at that point, because they were showing me, you know, kind of how it's actually done versus how it's taught in the classroom. But at least having some of that theory already kind of inside the brain there, it you know, probably helped curb that learning curve just a little bit. You have those clicks throughout your first few years, those aha moments, where things that just never made sense, you heard it 1,000 times, and then one day it just clicks, and you're like, yeah, it makes total sense. You know, it kind of helped a little bit, probably with some of those that I didn't have to go through that with certain things, but obviously it's no substitute for the field. I think if you have the means to do it in the time, I'd say go for it, but it's definitely not a prerequisite to be successful in the trade.
Cannon Casey, I muted you, Cannon. I just want you to know that. So if you have something you need to tell us about your service call, then you have to unmute yourself. I see you staring at the screen there.
I think it's a bad fan motor.
Okay, what led you to that conclusion? For the people listening, how did you figure that out?
It's got 240 volts. It's doing amps, and it's not turning. And I can't spin it and make it turn.
Well, it sounds like it's bad.
I don't have a fan motor.
Locked up.
Oh, that's a shame. Hey, weren't we talking about going to get the box fan and making it work like they do on Facebook?
Oh, shit, yeah, I can do that.
Remember, you need at least 5 box fans.
I got one industrial fan from Harbor Freight. Will that work?
Oh, for an hour.
Yeah.
I got the cheater plug, so we might as well do it.
Oh, you don't have universal motors on your truck or anything?
You know how many fan motors I've ran into this week?
I know a couple of them because you told me about them.
I have 5. I had 2 more. I have 2 more, and I don't think I can spare one.
Cannon, here's what you do. You go to Walmart, you get the round sprinkler head, pull the top off, set that sprinkler head on top of that compressor, turn it on.
Hook up a garden hose.
I got a garden hose.
So water to air unit.
Just pour water on it, it'll work till I can get one.
Exactly.
You can call it like Eco Mist.
Should we do a review of the? Should we do the review of the Yellow Jacket P51-860s now?
Have you had a chance to use them at all on that service call?
Well, it's hooked up right now. Like, look.
Okay, let's see.
Oh, damn.
I've done it a bunch of times.
We
Take
got
a round
pressure.
and put it on top of the compressor and run the unit, and it will cool great all day long.
You can do that on the condenser coil too. Just spray the sprinkler head right on the coil.
Did that manifold tell you the fan motor was bad?
It told me, Greaves, it told me that it had pressure before I went to reset the high pressure switch. I was making sure it wasn't a low pressure switch.
Yep.
Yellow Jacket wins again. Good job.
Tried and true. That's right. Hey, you know, I was doing some editing just now, and I seen you guys were all live, but I wanted to hop in when I heard you guys talking about the troll stuff.
Yeah.
Greaves, I apologize for how many times I've trolled you. It's been a whole one time.
Hey, sometimes it's completely warranted, is all I'm going to say. So sometimes people go too far with the trolling and stuff, but, you know, sometimes we probably need to be checked as well. You know, we're just regular people too, but I've had a few times, you know, that stand out where, you know, if I'm clearly just outright wrong about something, like a few weeks ago, I did a video and I made a comment. I was like, look, before I give advice, I'm not a, you know, and, I was talking about getting your first job in the trade. I said, look, I'm not a guidance counselor. I'm not a, you know, an occupational therapist. I'm a mechanic with a camera. And I did not know, I guess I didn't know what occupational therapist means. It does not mean somebody who helps people get jobs. And that's what I thought it was. So
wait, that's not what it is?
I
No,
would have
it's
said the
not.
same thing.
Well,
I don't know what it is.
because one person called me out on it. I'm glad they did, because if you're wrong, you're wrong. You know? And I guess as somebody who works with the handicap.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, my
But,
wife was occupational therapist assistant. That is in
so
fact. what it is.
in retrospect, it was poor use of words there. But you know, stuff like that. I don't consider that trolling or anything like that. It's just I don't think there's anything wrong with in the comments pointing out, you know, an error like that or something. What annoys me more is just the thumbs down without somebody saying what they didn't like about it. So that actually annoys me more than the you know, any kind of negative comments or stuff like that.
Yeah, that drives me nuts too. I think in my videos I have like 4 thumbs down, and it's driving me nuts to know what it's about.
It must.
Like, what did I do wrong? Like, just tell me.
It's got to be, because I get about 4 too, and I think they're all clearly subscribed. So
Yeah.
I've said it before. I don't think they realize YouTube looks at it the same as thumbs up. It's all engagement, so it still helps out. So we appreciate it, guys, in that sense. So thumbs down away. But you know, if you were being constructive about it, I'd rather you just come out and say what your problem is, you know. But I guess in the meantime, the thumbs up, the thumbs down will help the YouTube algorithms, just like the thumbs up, and you know, continue to help rank the videos. So
it works. It works just the same. You're right.
My thing was the other day I had a video that was maybe 4 minutes long, and the comment pops up, I don't even have to finish watching your video. You did it wrong. I know you did it wrong. And I at first I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go to bed, and I couldn't sleep, and so I get up and I started commenting, and I was gonna lay into the guy because I know I didn't do it wrong. But then I went a different way, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna try something different. And so I asked him, I was like, hey man, you know, I'd really appreciate your input. Can you tell me how I did it wrong? I need to learn. I was playing kind of stupid. And long story short, at the end of the conversation, for a half an hour, we talked. The guy just wanted to be heard. He just wanted to talk to someone. You could tell he was a bitter old man. I'm sure you can find it in the comments. But and at the very end, I said, hey, would you do me a really big favor? Would you? And he's like, sure. What's up? I said, will you watch the last 30 seconds of my video? And he watches the last 30 seconds, and he comes back on, you know what? I was wrong. I shouldn't have said that. It's like, come on, man. You know, like for real, that just irritated me. But I guess that just comes with the territory.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
There's 2 different ways you can go with that. You can get to the end of that conversation. You can go, hey man, that's cool. I really appreciate it. After he watches the last 30 seconds, or you can look at him and go, that's right, bitch. Now,
Yeah,
which way
I
do you
thought
go?
about it. I thought about it. That was nice though.
Yeah, most people are. You got to have a pretty bad day to go with the "that's right, bitch" part. It takes a
Yeah.
lot to get you to that point. Most people. It takes most people a lot to get to that point. Let me say that. Except for my wife at a little league.
Zach, yesterday I was at that point.
You are Ken. Is that you?
Yes, yesterday after I called you, I was at that point.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know what? I hate to go into that now because I'm actually going to have you come in and talk about that on the podcast. Your service manager.
Well,
You made
should
a
I
great
say
call.
what? Should I say what happened on that service call?
You go ahead.
We won't go into what we're actually going to talk about yet.
Oh yeah,
Tomorrow.
yeah. Give him the symptoms of the problem, but don't tell him anything about it.
So, I go to this guy's house, and he wants the fan motor's bad. He's telling me it's the Freon level the whole time, of course. I tell him it's a bad fan motor. I tell him how much it's going to cost. I put the fan motor on. Well, after putting the fan motor on and checking charge, it's TXV, and I think I was at almost 20 degrees of subcooling. So this thing was pretty low, R22, and it was from 1995. And I get through the whole thing. I put the fan motor on. I talked to him about replacing the equipment or replacing the evaporator coil. And he's like, nope, take the whole thing off. So I ended up having to take the fan motor off. And after being at this guy's house for 5 hours.
Did you say you had 20 degrees of subcooling?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Maybe. Hold on.
That's opposite.
Yeah, I think you went to opposite land. Maybe you had 0.2 degrees of subcooling.
Yeah.
I did have 0.2. You are correct.
There you go. Makes more sense.
You're just agreeing with me.
No,
You don't
I
remember what
had,
the hell happened, do you?
No, I don't remember the actual pressure. I just said the number.
No, it's that's fun. No, I remember that. That's not even the one I was talking about. I was talking about the one with the opposite runnings every time you plug the disconnect in. That's the one I was talking about.
That was that same call.
Was it this? Oh yeah, okay. Well, you didn't mention that part, did you?
Oh yeah. So then, the fan motor is a 2-speed fan motor. I didn't realize it, so I just wired it up as all the wires go to the contactor, right, and 2 go to the capacitor. And with this running, if I unplug the disconnect, the compressor would run. If I but the fan wouldn't. And if I put it back in, if I unplugged it and put it back in, the fan would run and the compressor wouldn't.
So keeping in mind, he has a 2-speed fan motor with your white, black, and red, your black and red 2 speeds, and he has both of them plugged into the contactor. So sometimes one will run, sometimes the compressor will run. They'll alternate depending on what he has plugged in. It's just pretty funny because it took a while to get there. And why did you plug those in? That's the best part. Why did you plug all that crap into the contactor?
Because I was told that's how you're supposed to wire it up.
You just saw empty spades and you just started shoving terminals.
Yeah, I called and was like, why is this wire here? And he's like, no, it's just supposed to be there. I'm like, okay, so plug it all in.
Hey, Greaves, I was just thinking about the empty spades, man. All they could find out there was a condensate plugged into it as well and a UV light. I just had spades, man. I had to use them.
I gotta say something too. My role at my company, what I deal with, it's me and my dad. We run it together, but I deal with all the service. I deal with all the tech support. I deal with all the guys, and I run into this problem a lot where I just don't understand what they're saying on the phone, or I'm also trying to work at the same time too. So sometimes it just doesn't make sense to me. And I could, when you were saying that he just told you to plug it in, I could picture how frustrated he was on the other side, and also how frustrated you were too. I deal with that stuff every day where it's like, wait, it just doesn't make sense. And I'd say that most of the time, if you can step back and take a break and think about it for a minute, it's usually pretty easy to fix those problems. Like you figured out, it was just miswired.
That's a really good point. His service manager is probably sitting there answering calls from 3 different people. And he probably knows you weren't supposed to do that, but just he's so spread thin because I think he had called him already, is what he had said. So you're right. You can get kind of spread thin in 5 different directions and might not put out the most educated advice that you could possibly do.
It's really easy to do that.
Am I the only one that's having a hard time paying attention? Because I keep looking over at Gary's picture there, and I feel like he's just staring at me.
Staring in your soul.
Literally, it's a great picture, man. I'm just saying when it just shows you there, it looks like a live photo, like all of us, except you're really still and you're really focused on me.
How about now?
There we go. All right.
That was actually a really scary look right there, too.
Yeah, go back to the avatar.
Oh man. Well, you know, we're coming close to the end here, guys. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about before we wrap it up?
Yes, I do.
Go ahead,
I have
man.
a question. All right. I don't know a whole lot about mini splits. Not sure on servicing them or anything. Where would be a good resource to try and get some training or something as far as going and servicing mini splits?
You know, it would be great if Ralph came in here and talked about this. He's in the chat. But go ahead, AK.
I was just my opinion is that that's going to be not something you're going to find like a general theory in a book about. You need the manufacturer. It's going to be the only way to realistically troubleshoot them or learn on them. You need to get a hold of some literature. If you can't actually get to the schools for those manufacturers, then I'd Google some of those PDFs and go through them. So it's all going to be on there.
I got a call for a Fujitsu, and you hit the remote to turn everything on, but if you kick and nothing clicks on at all. But if you turn the breaker off and then back on the indoor unit, the fan would start blowing, and that's it. And I was like, crazy as can be. And I'm like, I don't even know where to start to even begin to figure anything out.
No error codes flashing?
No, and see, it was weird because like the board where all the wires plugged in were on the bottom, so I couldn't even flip the board over to see where the wires plug in or anything.
You know what's good about that stuff is Fujitsu's got a pretty good tech line. They've always been really helpful when we had to call them for stuff. Did you try calling in and see what they said about it?
I couldn't even find the number at the time. My phone was kind of messing up on me.
Yeah, it's definitely something you want to be prepared for before you get to them. That's why, like I said, I would print out some manuals at different manufacturers and keep them in your van so you're not caught, with your pants down at a job site with no service. Because a lot of them have like apps too, or if you can't get the tech support line, I know Daikin does, a few others do, and actually have like little error code. You scroll down to the error code and it tells you the fault and stuff like that, possible reason.
There was on the indoor unit, there was all kinds of things on that thing that were flashing. This thing was going berserk. I had no clue what the heck any of it meant.
What about the outdoor though?
I couldn't. When I took off the top cover, I saw the back side of the board. It was like the board was mounted upside down or something, and so I couldn't see. All I see is the back side of the board. All the wires plugged in from underneath. I couldn't even figure out how to completely pull that board out to flip it over to see where the wires plugged in at.
Right.
Yeah. Jason Jordan in the chat is saying that the error codes for some of those are in the remote. You have to have the manual as well. And he agrees they have great tech support. And he says you need to push the right amount of buttons on the remote. So I don't know what that means, but I don't know what the right amount is.
She misplaced the manual for the thing, so.
You know what the right amount of buttons is? As many as you can press until it does something, duh.
I was pushing and it didn't do a darn thing. You just start flashing at me. The indoor unit had like 3 lights that just kept going from Zoic.
I also heard that's Zack's strategy in Fortnite. Push buttons till it does something.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything.
Just checking if it's Fortnite time.
No, I'm not. It's always Fortnite time because it's right here on my computer. But no, I'm in no hurry to get myself shot in the head, so we can keep going for a few more minutes.
I'd say that, if, on my side, I try to be prepared before I go to the call, kind of like Andrew was saying. If you can get a heads up, just at least what manufacturer the unit is, from the customer when they call you before you go out there, then you could go there with some information in your hand if your phone doesn't work there. I mean, we have these phones, you can download any PDF in the world as long as you have a model number, and just look up the right thing. That's why I kind of like Andrew had said too, I like to read the PDFs before. That gives me a lot of help because I can't necessarily make it to every mini split manufacturer's class. They all kind of work in the same principle, though. I mean, it's just a basic air conditioner with a fancy circuit board on it.
Yeah, it's just unfortunately you can't. The theory is all the same, but almost impossible to work on unless you have something.
Yeah.
Or you've already, unless you're already familiar with that manufacturer, then sure, you'll get to a point where you memorize. But if you're a Daikin guy and you go run up on a Fujitsu or something, you've never touched Fujitsu, you're almost in the same spot as a guy who's never touched a duct-free system at all. I mean, if you don't know what the values are supposed to be on those thermistors, because they all change with manufacturer. I mean, you have to have something, and that unfortunately that's kind of the way everything's going. Very proprietary. You can't be just a general shade tree technician and just kind of figure it out. Back in the day with just relays. So there's a lot of good and bad to that, but to me it feels a lot more like domestic appliances now than the machinery we're used to.
What?
Yeah.
Love of God.
You need her keys.
Because, I've been doing it for about 15 years now, and, things have definitely changed. Mini splits are becoming more and more popular and everything. And, some of the people that I work with, they'll, work for some of the realty companies and stuff. They're like, look, you need to start learning about these or you ain't going to have any work from us at all. So
I heard that a lot. I actually heard the story. I think I said this before. Some guy came up to me and said, mini splits are the future. So you need to definitely get on board with servicing them because in 5 to 10 years, they're going to take over our country. That was in 1997 that guy told me. And for a long time, they didn't do anything. But now they kind of are a little bit more so. I think we got plenty of time. One thing I want to say is that Gil made it into this. I'm about to call it a podcast, but we'll call it a podcast. He made it in here, and we're almost done. So, Gil, what would you like to say?
I was just coming in to say hello, man.
What are you doing?
I actually had to cover on call today because one of my guys had a fucking tummy ache because he's a vagina. So,
hope he's watching.
I hope he is too, son of a bitch. I'm gonna kick him in his ass. This happens every time he's on call. But I'm at a restaurant. I had two brand new Train rooftop units. One was leaking water and one wasn't running, but it was just dumb shit like resetting and stuff like that. So I'm just hanging out to make sure they're good, and they're gonna give me some free food, and then I'm gonna go home.
Wait for your podcast.
Thank you, buddy. It's it's all done. I'm in the process of editing it now. So we'll see. It'll definitely be out Friday. If God forbid I can get it done in time and I'm happy with it, then I'll release it early.
We're definitely glad that you and Kelly teamed up and y'all doing some good stuff for us.
Oh, I appreciate that, man. Thanks a lot, bro.
Gil, will you turn your lights back on that you had on your head?
Strobe light.
Now, I think now take a look at it. Now, if you don't see it, it looks sort of like Star-Lord with the two lights. It looks like his eyes. Is that just me? Maybe not. Maybe not.
It's dark as holy hell up here, but it's all good. I wanted to hop in, man. I was planning to do this, and that call came in, and I text Reeves and was like, I will be a little late. And then I looked at the time and said, I will not be joining.
Wham, on call.
You know, he reminds me of. You remember Zoolander?
Yeah.
Remember when he went to work in the mines for like a day, like an after?
Yeah, it's like blackface, right?
He said, I have the black tongue.
Now you'll be back to blue steel in no time, Gil.
Should I be angry because you're referring me to some gay man, or should I be happy? I mean,
Hey,
was Zoolander gay? Was he gay?
I think it was inferred. No, he had a baby at the end. It did the same face as him.
It's like,
oh yeah.
Do you guys remember?
There's a lot
It's
of gay
Pat?
guys with kids.
It's Pat.
Oh yeah,
I remember Pat. Pat's a woman.
I dated myself there. Yeah.
Oh no.
Hey,
There was
do you guys
several of
know
us
what
that
I'm
was
talking
around then.
about?
Cannon, that was before you were born, Cannon. Before you were born, my friend. And
When year did it come out?
what? That particular skit on Saturday Night Live, I don't know, that was probably 1990 to 95 era. I don't know.
I think it might even been before that.
It might have been.
I'm thinking like 93, 94.
It probably was. That seems like that era because it was Chris Farley and that bunch at that point.
Farley was one of my favorites, man.
Oh, yeah, he
Wait,
was.
guys, what's Saturday Night Live?
Okay, well, we have to go now,
I'm
Cannon.
just kidding. I know what that is.
Well, it's still on the air, so you should know what that one is, but we do have to go. So I'll start from left to right on my screen. Cannon, for the love of God,
How I know
Cannon.
Saturday Night Live?
Here, let me help you out, Cannon. Go ahead and get started right now. Tell us something. Go ahead. No, go ahead right now.
You're just gonna mute me.
Yeah, you're right. You're muted now. Okay. Greaves, you want to say goodnight to everybody?
Y'all have a good night.
Let's start to the point. Let's move over to HVAC Aura Videos.
All right. Thanks for having me on here, guys. I appreciate it. Night.
Gary.
See you later, guys.
Gil.
Good night. Have a great fucking night. You can't see me, but I'm sorry. Your son's right there. Damn it. I'm doing Greaves' little thing with my hands. See you later.
Cannon, you want to say goodbye in 100 words or less?
I'm almost back to goodbye. I should have went to the liquor store.
All right, William.
I bid y'all 73. This is N5 WLC.
It's very official. I like that. Okay, guys. Well, thank you for everybody for tuning in tonight. I'm going to hit the button here. Of course, you guys can stay in the chat if you want to.
I'm not leaving.
Don't threaten us, Gil.
Gil, I'm coming to meet you over where you're at. Send me your link.
Severna
yeah.
Park, Pascal's Chop House. Come on, man.
Why don't you order a pizza, Gil, and we'll be there in just a few minutes. But for everybody else, we'll see you
Alrighty.
on the next one. My name is Zack, and this is the HVAC Fake News. News people do that. At a recent Goodman Family Appreciation event, Goodman employees from across the nation were brought together along with their families. While the adults got to enjoy barbecue and drinks, the children were allowed to make their own little Goodman units out of Play-Doh that Goodman supplied to them. Unfortunately, by the end of the event, most of the Play-Doh units had to be condemned because they were leaking refrigerant. As 2025 comes to a close, the AHR is in full swing preparing for next year's event. Of course, AHR wants to improve every single year, so they sent out a survey to all the people who typically attend and asked them what they would like to see at next year's event. 5% said they would like to see more information on solar-powered systems. 7% said they would like to hear more about variable capacity units. 3% were fired up about sustainability in HVAC. The remaining 85% fell into a category of discussing which food trucks they'd like to see the most at the event. A friend of the show, Caliday's Heating and Air, has now released a new program they're using for HVAC service. Just like whenever they come out to your house to quote a new system, they're going to offer customers good, better, best HVAC technicians. Customers can pay $200 an hour to have a best technician that has a 98% accuracy with their diagnosis and 5-star customer service rating. They may also select a better technician for $150 an hour. He'll have an 88% accuracy with his diagnosis, but he will sometimes forget to wear his shoes and may talk on the phone with a voice that's too loud periodically during the service call. If a customer only wants to pay $50 an hour, they can get the good technician. He has a 60% accuracy with his diagnosis. When he gets to the service call, he will immediately ask to use their restroom and will stay in there for 15 to 20 minutes. He will most likely wear pants that are 3 sizes too small for him. And if it applies, they will ask if the daughter of the customer is 18 years old. The technician will ask this question in a way that makes everybody there uneasy. I am excited to announce that myself, along with my friends John Ellis, David Richardson, and Jim Bergman, will be attending next year's symposium in Orlando, Florida. John, David, and Jim are slated to have long classes that teach HVAC students all about psychometrics, thermodynamics, combustion, and much, much more. If you would like to attend one of my discussions, you can do so by going into the restroom. I'll be handing out towels and talking a little bit about superheat. I will also be parking cars if you want to ride with me. I can tell you more about why I think subcooling is all a lie.
but I plan to rise in the ranks of HVAC greats as I debut my own symposium in 2028. The first and only class will be called High Efficiency HVAC Doesn't Matter. The purpose of this class will be to tell students about the fact that as our sun burns its energy, it will expand and become a red giant star, thus engulfing Mercury and Venus. Earth won't be engulfed by the star. It will be rather warm here, and it will be burned to a cinder. The new Goodman 25 SEER unit will not affect that in any way. My name is Zack, and this was the HVAC Fake News. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Hope you guys enjoyed that count off.
3, 2, 1,
5, 4, 3, 7, B, false,
22,
1, 0.
36, 24.
Oh, man, that's classic shop talk right there, guys. Classic shop talk.
There you go.
Well, let's do our thing here. I got to introduce everybody that's here. Zack Psioda. Let's see. Justin Beaver. Ralph Wolf. Oh, well,
Hey, I'm here.
It's very difficult to do.
In the
David
corner,
Richardson.
man. Just
David
at an
Richardson. All right. Welcome back to the show, everybody. We have our expert panel here waiting in the background till we're done. They're going to come on after we're done.
Yep.
I'm just kidding. What's happening, boys?
Hey, I'm the
Oh,
same
well.
old guy.
Same old guy. Okay. David
Nothing's
Richardson, what's
changed
happening?
since last week.
Hey, man, it's been a good weekend. Had gorgeous weather in central Kentucky. I've been outside almost all weekend. Good days. Back to writing and all that good stuff tomorrow.
Oh, you got any webinars coming up next week?
May 11th. I've got
May
a couple coming up. We've got some like intro webinars where we're talking about exploring HVAC performance. Just some of the basic stuff to introduce guys into some just basic opportunities on some things that are out there, maybe looking beyond. We did our first online CO recertification last week. That was
Really?
interesting. So it's cool talking to you guys. I mean, it's easy, but talking to a camera where there's nobody there, that's a little bit of a challenge. You got to use your imagination.
It is. I had to do one with Goodman last week. Crazy.
Poor guy.
It's pretty nerve wracking. Even though
What is
we
it?
do these live streams. What?
Was it how to fix refrigerant leaks? I'm just guessing.
Hey, no, it was evacuation.
Oh.
Proper evacuation. And I'm actually they had the Subco micron gauge with the 2 hoses, right? Because they were talking about not pulling through manifolds because you want as least amount of leaks as possible, right? Leak points. And after the show or after the webinar, I called him on the phone. I said, hey, there's really a better way to do it. He's like, really? And I said, yeah. And then he sent me the picture of the 1 hose method. I was like, that's the one you need to put on there.
Oh my God.
Hey, Bergman said the 1 hose method is good up to like 10 tons or something like that.
Ralph, you are lemming.
On the Blue On video he's done.
That hose is like 1 inch in diameter, isn't it?
Hey, it's 3/4.
Yeah, I do. It's pretty good size.
3/4.
So Bergman told you on the Blue On video, you're all set now, huh?
Yeah. I told you. I sent you a text, didn't I? I said, Bergman said the 1 hose method is all right.
Bergman told me to jump off a cliff, so I'm jumping tomorrow.
Hey, there's plenty of them around here.
Well, we disagree on that. I can't see how you could think 1 hose and 2 hoses are the same. That doesn't make any sense logically.
Just try it one time. Just try it one
I
time.
like 1
That's it.
hose.
There you go. See? You're outnumbered, Zach. What do you think, David? 1 hose, 2 hoses?
Yeah,
We used to
Just
when I-
agree with 1 hose, David.
Well, let me tell you guys, I've been out of the field for 10 years, but when we were doing it, this is just how we did it. We had a tree on top of the vacuum pump, manifold, whatever you want to call it. We had 2 3/8-inch hoses with 1/4-inch flares.
But 1 3/4
and
inch
we
hose.
took the valve cores out. We put the micron gauge on at the at the service valve. We used the
See?
yellow
Kangaroo-
jacket one at the time. They didn't
Kangaroo
have
God said,
those big hoses back then.
Kangaroo God said, one hose all day, I can evac in less than 5 minutes on a normal system.
So-
what else you need?
Well, here's what I think about that. I think I'm going to actually trust the guy who works for NCI over the guy who doesn't even know how to use Nylog.
But Nylog.
I'm just telling you what I did 10 years ago. There was stuff that did not exist then. I have not
I
used the
know.
one hose method.
Hey.
And it wasn't 3/4. I'm not saying it's wrong or right. I just can tell you what we did.
Hey, for
Yeah,
somebody
David said
that
you're wrong.
for somebody that loves his live streams to be perfect, Zach's wearing a damn Strobin shirt.
I don't know why you dislike my shirt. This
Because
comes
of the
from the
Strobin,
Andrew
man.
Sipowicz collection. I don't know what the problem is.
Anyway, Melissa, next time you dress him for the live streams and put a solid color on him.
She said I look nice today. What
You
are you
can't-
wearing?
you
You
won't-
wearing the stuff you slept
I'm wearing
in
a
last night.
Levi's. You damn right. When you're a single male, you can do that.
Good thing we're not using smell-o-vision.
Hey, you better be glad. Wait till I stand up.
What's this show about anyway?
Oh yeah, what are we talking about? We're talking about airflow, Dave.
You don't even know what we're talking about. Good grief.
What are we talking?
Static
Oh,
pressure,
ducts.
airflow.
No, I talk too much about static pressure. You guys had me on for
Duct
something
loss.
different. You're like, shut up about static pressure and airflow for once. So that tends to be where it goes. But I mean, that's what guys are interested in. So I try to cover. If it's not that, it's CO or something else. But it's not a one string show. But I think we're going to talk about just easy way to identify duct defects. And there's there's 4 that are the ace in the holes. Pressure's
Well,
one of them.
Let's start from the beginning.
Use these.
Eyes, visual.
Number 1. It's
The
visual
most
inspection.
important. The most important tool in your toolbox is experience.
Know what you're looking for. Understand how air moves. And visual inspection, guys, I always go back to visual. It's
Hey,
where
wait.
we start.
Can we time out for a second? Zach, your shirt is very nice. It just does not react well with the camera.
Jeez Louise, let it go.
All right. All right. Go back. Sorry, David.
It's cool, man. Just knowing what you're looking for. What the measurements do, and you guys know I'm big on measurements, but measurements back up what you already know. They quantify it. So then instead of it being your opinion, which was always the hardest thing that we ran into, was somebody saying, well, that's your opinion. The measurements change it from being opinion then to being data. So at that point in time, it's transparent. You can't hide from it. You got to acknowledge it or ignore it, but it's there and you have it. But the visual side, I mean, it's stuff that we've known for years. If you put a 90-degree turn on a piece of flexible duct, it's not going to get the amount of air that it's supposed to. If you've got 3 foot of cord jammed up on the inside of it, it's not going to move the air. So a lot of it's common sense stuff. But for a lot of guys, and I guess I was in the same boat, before I really paid attention to the duct system, I thought I could fix every single problem with an HVAC system at the box in the equipment. I thought if I can fix the equipment, I can fix anything. And little did I understand that, unfortunately, the duct system sometimes handicaps what's happening at the equipment. So just a matter of taking your eyes out of the equipment and looking to what it's hooked up to is really the first step.
Hey,
That's
David,
really where you start.
was there ever a time in your career where you said the air don't care?
Yeah. We used to say it on the return side all the time.
Yeah. Air don't care.
And we always thought we did a good job. I mean, we were putting it in. I mean, some of the guys that are watching this maybe know my history, but I mean, I was born into the business. Basically, my dad's been an HVAC contractor for as long as I've been alive. So, he always, he was a ACA manuals guy. I mean, he was by the book. We always focused on craftsmanship because he was an old school metal guy. Wanted to make sure it was done right, but we never measured anything. We always designed it, but we never measured anything. So we're a little bit arrogant in assuming that it automatically worked. So, but absolutely saying it doesn't care. And one of the biggest things where we say it doesn't care is assuming that air can take a 90-degree turn. It doesn't.
So what's
All
step
right.
number 2?
Yeah.
You guys are probably
You're on a
the
roll,
screen.
man.
It's measure total external static pressure. That's
Oh, never mind.
Let's skip
That's
it.
number 2. Oh, here we
What
go.
else you got? What else you got? No, I'm
What
just
else
kidding.
you
Go
got?
ahead.
But because it's such a valuable test, because it's so valuable, that's why. Is because you can take it, you can compare it to blood pressure, and you can explain it as HVAC system blood pressure to a customer. That is probably one of the things that really elevated us when it came to doing duct renovations, because we always knew systems were messed up. We never measured them. We tried to take a duct calculator and size them out and stuff. And actually, the third thing I'm going to talk about is how to do a quick duct test without even pulling out a duct calculator. But just seeing what's happening overall with the system. Is it restrictive? Are the pressures really low? But that's where the visual inspection comes in first, because there's certain installation conditions that will cause your readings to look too good to be true, such as like a dirty blower wheel or an internal coil on an air handler that you're not measuring a pressure drop across. Those things they're what called hidden pressure drops.
Or somebody leaving the install manual in the inside of the coil.
If it's on an air handler and they're not measuring the pressure drop on it, absolutely. Those things get hidden. So that's why I'm a big fan of doing a visual inspection first, because just by looking at the model numbers, it's crazy what you can isolate just by making sure that the equipment's matched up. There's so many things that we see just by opening up and doing a quick visual. But then the pressures are where it starts to point you and let you know you have a problem. It doesn't tell you where there's a problem, but it says, hey, there's a problem. You need to dig deeper. And a lot of guys, they'll use static pressure kind of as an overall generic term, but there's different static pressure measurements you can do. Total external is where you're looking at everything that the equipment is hooked up to as it's shipped from the factory. Anything that's beyond that is not included, and you got to account for that, such as coils, filters, the ducts, that kind of stuff, grills, registers, all those good things.
Cool.
That's 2.
That's number 2.
Are we going to go
That's
through
2.
all 4 of them and then come back? What do you think we should do here?
Oh, we could. We give you kind of an overview, and we'll get into it.
If we don't go through all 4 first, what's going to happen is I'm going to chase squirrels.
All right, let's.
Well,
So I don't have
them all 4
to
first.
ban Ralph
Let's
or
do all.
nothing. Let's do the 4.
Hey,
Let's do it. So if you guys are taking notes or anything, if it's Sunday night, I wouldn't be. So if you are, you're more of a nerd than I am. But if you want to take notes, you can write it down. It's just do a quick visual inspection. Look beyond the equipment, measure total external static pressure. The number 3 is to measure your duct pressures. And I'll give you an example of, let's just say, a horizontal air handler in an attic. Your measurement in the return plenum is basically the indicator of what the entire return duct system pressure is. That single measurement. So instead of measuring up and looking at the duct sizes and trying to slide out what they are in a duct calculator, just do a single measurement. You can tell within less than a minute if your ducts are restrictive or not. Now, the pressure reading that you want to look for is anything over around a 0.15. To 0.10 is the ideal range, but 0.15 is, if you're anything over that on your duct system, you better start looking for restrictions in it. I mean,
right.
And you'll see that a lot. What's really fun is when you put it in there, it's like 0.8. That's when it's fun. Because there may be times it looks like the ducts are big enough, but then what's going on inside is a completely different story.
So Marco wants to know, is 0.5 possible with these newer coils? Most high efficiency coils have a high pressure drop.
With some of them, it's not, because a lot of those, most of those coils, they're eating up all the available static pressure.
Right.
So, I mean, it's not uncommon to see some of those coils have a 0.40 drop. With that being said, that's a very good observation, Marco. You want to do your research up front. If you guys are letting your salespeople design your equipment for you, your matchups, you're going to be hurting. Make sure that you look at the coils that you're using, because they do make lower pressure drop options. And you always want to look and see what that coil's doing when wet. That's what's going to tell you the maximum pressure drop across it. And some manufacturers, there's a big discrepancy between wet and dry, and others, it's not that much. You got to look at the numbers and then measure to be for sure.
Look at that
But
long
0.5 is
silence
hard
right
to
there.
hit.
Soak it up.
Cool.
Soak it up,
Cool.
guys.
So what was number 4?
So the duct pressures, and just like I talked about the return side, you can also do the supply side. That was the way we would do a real quick test. With any static pressure measurements, you're doing 4. Every system, you'll have 4 pressure measurements, and you can tell a whole lot from that. But for identifying duct system defects, you're just looking at the duct pressures themselves. We'll talk about some additional things that you can do with that as we follow back up on that.
So Jessica says, so RTFM.
Yeah. Read the full manual.
Hey, this Sunday. Well, yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Full.
Read the flipping manual. Read the
front to back.
Yep. Read it front to back, sideways, upside down, and then use it for a knee pad.
You got it. And the other thing that the full manual tells you is it will also have fan tables in it, and will also tell you how that equipment was rated from the manufacturer. It'll tell you what's included, what's not included in those ratings when we're looking at total external static pressure. Different manufacturers rate their equipment differently, and inside that full manual will be the numbers in the documentation that you need to refer to. So number 4.
Number 4. So yeah, boy, Daniel wants to. How do you test the duct pressure?
Single reading. It is a single reading taken either in the return plenum or the supply plenum, and if it's over 0.015, you got problems.
You've eaten your budget up.
You got
it. Eat your budget up.
You got it. We're going to talk about some ways that guys are abusing static pressure too. I've been seeing some very disturbing things popping up with the way guys are abusing it in the duct calculator. It's good intentions, but man, it just don't work like that. Number 4 does not involve pressure. You guys can clap if you want.
All right.
Dry bulb thermometer.
Hey.
Dry bulb thermometer. There's 2 different aspects of a duct system you got to keep in mind. Number 1 is the sizing and the sealing of it. And guys, this is real basic diagnostics. This is stuff that you can go do tomorrow. So I'm not talking about any advanced testing where you need a balancing hood, duct leakage testing, rig or anything like that. This is all real basic stuff that you can do. I'm not talking about duct traverses, just real basic stuff that you can do. If you've got a manometer and you've got a dry bulb thermometer, you can do everything I'm talking about tonight. So it doesn't take a lot of money to get into identifying these issues. It's knowing what to do with them and what the readings are telling you. That's the biggest thing. With the dry bulb, we all measure equipment temperature change. We measure temperature going in, temperature going out of the box. What I would encourage you guys to do is also look at the temperatures coming out of the supply registers and the return grills. See what's going on. We've seen some really interesting things where you may have a 20-degree delta T and 19-degree delta T. And keep in mind, I'm from Kentucky, so those are pretty normal numbers for us if the relative humidity and all the indoor conditions are where they should be. But you may have 20 degrees at the equipment, but then you go and you measure the farthest supply register and the farthest return grill, and you only have a 10-degree delta T. So that duct system is picking up 10 degrees of heat, typically from an attic. And it can also lose it in the heating mode. So if you've got gas equipment located in a crawl space hooked up to uninsulated ducts, these are real simple things that you can do to double check the equipment. We've all walked in as part of step number 1, which is doing a visual inspection and going, all right, we know that this equipment is way too big for this house. We've all seen it, right? Everybody on this call, you guys have seen this. Yeah. To where, there is a furnace the size of a Volkswagen bus sitting in this crawl space.
I've been blown out of the house, not little, when you walk in, the heat just hits you in the face.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And then you talk to the customer and they're going, works great. You must be smoking crack. Mm-hmm. We know that. What's happening is those duct losses are causing that oversized piece of equipment to look like it's operating properly. Mm-hmm. So I want you to think about this. That system I talked about where you got a 20-degree delta T at the equipment and a 10-degree delta T from the farthest supply register, the farthest return grill. If that system was operating at, let's say it's 3 ton and it was operating at 3 tons worth of capacity at the box, after it goes through the duct system and makes it into the conditioned space, you guys have probably heard me call this the building side of the duct system. If it makes it into that part, guys, that is operating at 1.5 tons worth of capacity just because of duct losses. Mm-hmm. That's why their oversized system tends to look like it's working so great. And what happens is by bringing these measurements out and showing your customers this stuff, you don't look like the nut job anymore. It gives credibility to what you're saying instead of it being your opinion. Because when it comes to duct issues, that's what happens is typically it looks like it's our opinion versus somebody else's, and we're trying to sell them something. When in reality, we're trying to solve problems that they've got. Sometimes they don't even know that they've got until you start asking the questions. And then it's like the light bulb goes off. They're like, oh, that's why that's happening.
Mm-hmm.
So those are our 4 big ones.
So let's talk about solving problems from a service point of view, because a lot of these guys are service techs. Let's say they go to a job. What are they going to see, or what indicators could they see that your ducts have issues? I mean, how's it going to manifest itself? What different ways will you see it happening?
You guys are probably seeing it in a whole lot of different side effects. Stop me if you've seen this one before. You replace an expansion valve that's hunting. You put a brand new one in, and it hunts too. And the expansion valves just don't go bad. I can say this, guys, because I can make fun of this stuff because I've done it. My guys have done it. I mean, we've lived this stuff. I got the bumps and the memory marks to prove it. And it was because we weren't checking airflow first. The valve was only reacting to the conditions that it was installed under. So, I mean, expansion valves that get changed out do the same thing once you've changed them out. Cracked heat exchangers.
Oh, yeah.
We just came out of, the heating mode. Cracked heat exchangers, they don't just crack, they get murdered. And they do that because of low airflow across of them. And this is why static pressure is so valuable, because it's an indicator of these things. Temperature as well. Let's see, something else. Compressors, you're getting flood back. I know we used to grab the magic drug of refrigerant to try to keep the pressures up. Those sorts of things. Let's see.
If you go take your gauge, if you go take your gauges off and you got a bunch of oil coming out of your suction line, guess what? You got an airflow problem.
So you get return issues.
Yep.
ECMs. If you're replacing a lot of the end bells on them, the modules, they're getting
Static
cooked
pressure.
due to high static pressure. It will eat a module up. They will overheat. And it's usually the same failed component every time if you take them apart.
The varistor.
Yep. They are getting taken out by high static. Let's see. Other issues that you guys may see. If you've ever, on draw-through coils, if there is condensate on the blower, if you see white staining, that is a sign that you're probably running into some type of airflow restriction issues. If the system has a very high efficiency filter on it and the blower and the coil are still getting dirty, that is a sign of a restrictive filter, because the filter can only stop what it sees. It's designed for a certain airspeed to pass through it. It's what's called face velocity. And if that face velocity is too high, that filter, its arrestance, or grabbing particulate, arrestance is a fancy word for that. It will pull it right through the filter or around it. So always remember that air takes the path of least resistance. Some other signs is condensate blow off. If you guys have got air handlers and it is actually sucking the condensate off of the coil, or air handlers that are on the coils on the draw through side, and the drain doesn't do anything until the blower shuts off. And then all of a sudden you see the condensate start to take off down the drain. That traps vapor locking. Things like that.
Mildew inside the air handler.
All kinds of fun stuff like that. But those are some visual signs that you're going to have with airflow issues. Low superheat. If you start running into low superheat, start checking for air. Number one. And this doesn't check air. So just feel velocity. But
what do you expect us to do?
That's where the manometer comes in.
Oh.
If you don't have a manometer, you need one.
Lick that finger and stick
go
it
to
up
your
there.
favorite tool place and get one.
Hey,
I don't
manometer,
care where you get it. Just
dual port
want you to
manometer.
get it.
There you go.
2-port.
That's a dual
Field
port
Piece has
manometer.
got some wicked ones coming out that are, they're out. They're not coming out.
Right.
But those Bluetooth ones, they're pretty wicked.
Whistling door. To go up to one that with a Steve from HVAC Residential Basics. I mean,
Whistling doors are a good one.
Yeah.
Because doors, especially when you're dealing with central return systems or systems that don't have the air balanced, the doors act as part of the duct system. That's where that built inside of the duct system comes from, is because the doors act as, we call them condition space manual dampers, because they act like volume dampers in a regular duct system. You close the door, you shut off the airflow pathway back to the return, and it's trying to get out however it can. That's one of the big reasons I've been against for so many years, because I've measured them and I know what they do. passive returns. If there's any other opening in that room, it's depending on just natural pressure differences for the air to come back. We have seen can lights and chimneys act as pressure release when a door's shut. So all that air was going into an attic instead of going back through the transfer grill.
So, question for you there, Dave. Multiple returns or central?
We always like multiple returns, but that doesn't mean that you can do it.
Two's multiple, Ralph.
It doesn't mean you can do it, though. I got to tell you, the one thing I looked at was pressure zones.
Right.
We always tried to look for pressure zones, especially if there was, equipment that depended on combustion air from the inside, to really pay attention to that stuff. And a trick that I used to teach the guys in our home performance class was, if you do have to put a grill in, if you're going to put a passive grill in, and that's just transfer grill, the guys are like, what size do I put in? If you've got like a high precision manometer, like a micromanometer, you can actually slide a hose under the door into that room. And this is if it has the right amount of airflow going into it. You can open that door slowly until you hit a 0 pressure difference, and then take a tape measure and measure whatever the opening in that door is. And that's how many square inches of free area that you need to relieve the pressure in that room.
So you mean if it's open 1 inch, you got to measure 1 inch times the height of the door?
Correct. Times whatever, and allow for what the crack at the top too. So if you guys think that door undercuts are going to allow enough return air, it won't. There's a lot of guys that are undercutting doors thinking they're going to get a whole lot of air through them, and they don't.
See, I know this guy that's just getting ready to move into a house. He's got this one bedroom. He's got this one bedroom. It's got a 20 by 30 return in it. And how big is that bedroom?
I did not
that
put the damn return there, Ralph. The stupid
I know
modular
you
company put it there. And I'll tell you something else. I got good
What?
news for you, Ralph, so you can...
Multiple returns? You're doing multiple returns?
You can shut up on this afterwards. We took a look at that house. We walked through it again. It's my house. My brother and I came over. We looked around. We looked at where the returns are. It's horrible, David. It's the stupidest stuff you've ever seen. And one of the major returns is going to be in the living room. And of course, when you have this chase going down into the crawl space, which is where the system was going to be, there is a joist right in between the chase.
You said what was?
Well, Ralph, why don't you stick around for the end of the story, and then you can commentate as usual. The joist goes right down the middle, and then the plumber put a bunch of water lines right down the center of the thing. Now, I can get them to move them. Obviously, it happens a lot. We have to get them to move them. But we said, to hell with this. We're going up in the attic. We're going to put the system up in the attic. So there's going to be 3 returns, Ralph, 1 in each section of the house. Okay?
Oh, man. Cool. And then eventually you'll be able to, well, I'd be happy if you have 1 in every bedroom.
Okay, you don't need 1 in every bedroom, man. There's a 2-inch undercut on that door. Judging from his method, 2 by 36 is what? 72?
And you could always measure it. I mean, that's that. If there's a pressure difference, it's not enough. If there's no pressure difference, then the air's going somewhere.
I like the air to help me shut a door. I like it,
and that can happen.
I like to tap it, and it goes.
And that is actually another clue. You guys were asking about clues for service techs that go out. Guys, that was one that we used to just absolutely chase our tails on, because a customer would call us. What's that?
Why the door was slamming?
We only had that once. We had a customer thought their house was haunted, and it was really bad depressurization. But somebody cut a return in like right near the furnace. So that's a long story. I'll tell you guys about that sometime else. High performance home. So if anybody tells you that you can't traverse flex, you just tell them this.
Yeah.
So we traversed flex. Had to have a measurement. So, but back to the door undercut thing. You guys may have customers that say, it seems like it works okay during the day, but for some reason, whenever we get home, it's just uncomfortable. This room is, too hot. It gets muggy. And what happens is they're coming home and they're now living in the duct system. And what they're doing is they're changing damper positions, as in closing and opening doors.
Right.
And here's this is what I used to tell customers. I'm ashamed to admit this. It's designed to work with all the doors open.
Are you serious?
Yes.
You told people that?
Absolutely.
Oh, shit.
There's only one problem.
On this show.
That's not how they
invited
live.
him on this show.
I know. So
Guys,
Joe Shear wants to know.
How do you think I learned this stuff? I'm the one that made the most mistakes.
You made it up. Experience.
We chose not to admit any of our mistakes as to not appear.
Hey, I'll tell you.
I'm
about
10 years out. I can admit them now.
It's been long enough, huh? Yeah.
I told y'all about when I put all those capacitors in and I drilled a hole in the coil. See, I admitted a mistake. So Joe Shear wants to know: can we ask about transversing a return grill in free area?
Sure, if you want to.
Well, I ask.
Yeah, it's
there. It is, man. There it is.
There it is. That's
I mean, absolutely. It's not the most accurate way, because when you start getting into doing a traverse, you can have 10 guys do a traverse and you'll get 10 different readings.
Yep.
That's why we always deal with a degree of tolerance in our measurements. Ideally, you want to use some type of a capture hood, something along that line that would actually capture all the air, because when you're doing a traverse, which is basically taking velocity readings across the entire face of a grill, you want to use something that's not going to be impacted by temperature or anything like that. The best device I've found is like a 4-inch vane.
So what is a transverse? That is the question here.
Traverse.
What the hell is
a traverse.
Traverse.
What you're doing is you're taking multiple velocity readings across a duct or a grill face, and then you're adding them up. It's a method that a lot of air balancers will use to figure up airflow through a duct. And it's actually one of the most accurate methods, but you got to do some practicing on it to get it down. But once you do it, for most guys, it becomes really their go-to method. And for most technicians, with like Field Piece's hot wire anemometer right now, as cost effective as it is, technicians could actually do a traverse with a little bit of practice. So, and maybe that's a topic for another show. I don't know, but
Off Topic is our show.
Yeah,
exactly. That's the name of our show. Off Topic.
Susie's telling horror stories in the chat over here.
Keep
about
them satisfied.
Hearing her
in the
parents
chat.
through the ductwork.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
I didn't say it. She said I thought my mom was watching NASCAR.
All right, we've been going this whole time. Beaver, you haven't had a chance to ask any questions. Oh my God! Get Beaver the floor for a minute, because he's stuck at the River Lodge. His microphone's built into his iPad. We can't even hear him.
Don't be hating on my iPad now. It works. I'm just happy to have internet. No, a lot of the stuff, as you guys know, I did a online. I don't know what you call that, David. A webinar, a class. I'm not sure.
that's what I'm calling it. It's a webinar, Justin.
Yeah. So I took a webinar. Me and my boss did with David, whatever it was, a week ago, 2 weeks ago. And it was, it was a good course, because it a lot of the stuff I did already know. I felt like that was kind of an entry level.
It was.
So it was good, and it's good to like refresh yourself on some of these things. Like I was telling David earlier, I've got guys that are greener than what I'm used to, so it's kind of I'm trying not to overwhelm them with stuff and just give them the basic stuff. Like for example, we had one. We put in a train split heat pump in an attic, and one of my jobs as the training manager is I go back and I do QCs on all the new installs, and I check static pressure, obviously refrigerant charge, airflow setup, all that stuff. And as soon as I got in the attic, I seen that about 8 or 9 inches of the return side of the air handler was blanked off with a little baby return box that had a media filter on it. And it was a 3-ton with a piece of 14-inch flex going to the return. And it was I want to say it was a 20 by 20 return grill. So as soon as I got in the attic, I'm like, no. So just for shits and giggles, I took a static reading on it, and it was two-stage equipment too. So in low stage, it was 1.0 total external. In high stage, and the blower kicked up, it was 1.4. And I'm like, no,
damn,
this is not going to work.
Record.
The train sounded like a train.
So took pictures and all this stuff, and got with my boss. And so about a week later, we had a free day that particular install crew could go with me. Let's all go back to this job and put the correct size plenum on it. We turned the 20 by 20 into a 20 by 30, run 16-inch flakes to it, and then added I think it was an 8 or something in the master bedroom, which wasn't far away either, and tied into the plenum. And it dropped total external in high stage to 0.45.
Sweet.
So I was able to show them, the installers, a lot of times you tell young guys, oh, you need to be checking this, you need to be checking that. And a lot of times I look at it as, you're just giving me more crap to do. But whenever you can take them up there and show them before and after and show them the difference in it, it turned out well. So I think it's just been, kind of teaching them basic stuff as we go. And the more they grasp it, the more in depth we'll go with it.
We need to revisit the Traverse for just a second. Joe had a question. I know he's trying to ask here. He's talking about measuring airflow on a return grill with a vane anemometer. Mm-hmm. What sort of free area are you using? Are you using the complete area of the grill, or are you using a percentage?
Typically, you're just going to use whatever the rough opening is. You have a correction factor, but the correction factor on a return grill is on the opposite side. So you're just using the velocity reading times the rough free area. It's going to get you close. So, sorry I didn't clarify that.
No, that happened a long time ago because I was doing it wrong for about 10 years. That's not a lie. And then Bill Spone told me the right way to do it, which was what you just said, I believe.
Bill's good at it.
Good old Spone. He's on the podcast next week.
Next week.
Well, we're recording next week, and you'll see him in 2 weeks. That's more accurate.
So back to what you did, Justin. You did exactly what we just talked about. I mean, you saw it. You knew it was wrong. You didn't need the measurements. It just backed up what you already knew.
Yeah.
The key was your guys seeing it. One of the things that we did was actually would go out and we would test our guys' homes. And then we would make the repairs with them so that they could see the difference. They became owners of the product. I mean, it did cost us some, but we were invested in them. And then we started doing this full time, and we got into duct renovations and duct repairs, upgrades, whatever you want to call it, on water source heat pumps, ground source heat pumps, because people were still running really high dollar electric bills. And they knew that it wasn't the equipment, that there was something else that was going on. And that was what really got us started back in 2000. And when our guys saw the impact that it had even on their own homes, they're able to go out, and if they are doing the same type of repair on a customer's house, then that just gives them extra, it really removes any risk that they're making that type of an investment on a duct upgrade. And a lot of times it's not rocket science. You don't have to turn this stuff into a science project to get big results. Like you said, Justin, a bigger plenum, bigger return duct, add a return duct, drop your pressures in half. It doesn't have to be complicated.
I have another question for you since you're talking about duct renovations and stuff. Is it possible, in your opinion, to be a single man or even a small company and have a lucrative venture in duct renovation?
It is. You can add it. I mean, it's something that you could add to any equipment change out. You could add it to any equipment change out, because what it does is it starts to take the focus off of the equipment, and it focuses it on the real system. This is one of the things where I've got a little bit of a gripe against the manufacturers, because they call their equipment the system, and it's not the system. It's a component of the system that you guys build. You're the ones that make the system. That's everything. That's the installation. It's the refrigerant lines, your evacuation, your drains, electrical, everything that makes that piece of equipment run. The equipment's a component. You guys bring it to life. So it focuses on what you do the best. And that really changes the game, because everything that you guys do is what determines the overall operating efficiency.
Even the windows is part of the system.
Yeah, but absolutely you can do a one-man. That you probably would stand a better chance. When we implemented it, when we were small, the most we ever got up to is about 14 guys. But when we brought it in, there were 6 of us. And I know just teaching 6 guys, it was a little bit of a challenge, because you're trying to show them that things that you guys that we have done for years might not necessarily be right. And the biggest guy that I had to sell on it was my dad. So but the measurements, just like what you showed your guys, Justin, the measurements are what really changed his mind. And he was like, wow, what have we been doing all these years?
And one of the things that they really open their eyes about is one of the big things that we do that I'm not saying other companies don't, but one of the reasons we win a lot of the bids in our area is because when we go in for a bid, you know, the first thing I want to do is I'm going to go through the ductwork, and I want to make sure that it's going to carry what I need it to carry. Because in a raw way of saying it, I guess, is, you know, I tell people all the time, people, especially people that are wanting to buy 17, 18, 20 SEER stuff, you know, you're going to put 20 SEER equipment, you're trying to get all this efficiency out of something, and you got crap ductwork. So you're pissing money away by buying this big expensive system if you got a ductwork that's not going to let you get that efficiency out of it.
You got it.
So a lot of times, especially in this area, you find a lot of undersized returns. Most of the time, the supply is right on the money, but for whatever reason, return grills and return sizing is super small in this area. So that our installers, they spend I'd say, you know, if we're going to say 5 change outs a week, they're going to be changing returns on 3 out of those 5. Awesome. So one of their big thing is, man, why are we always having to change the return? Why are we having to change the return? You know, it's been in there and it's worked for 20 years. Why are we doing this? So them going with me to that one and seeing the difference, he's like, so that's why you guys we're always increasing returns and stuff. And I said, yeah, now you see firsthand why.
You gave him an aha moment.
Yeah.
There's one of the things too, you know, I know we've talked about pressure a lot. Pressure does not equal airflow. I think it's real important to make that distinction. Guys, they start trying to tie those two together. Static pressure will help you see what's going on with airflow, but it is not airflow. One of the things that I've seen guys do abusing static pressure is they will, and this is actually taught some places, is they will teach you to take static pressure readings across a duct and then plot that reading on a duct calculator. And that is completely abusing what that is intended for. Static pressure does not indicate flow at whatsoever. It's just an outward pressure.
We have another question from, I don't know what the pronunciation is. I'm going to call it Fifi. I like that. Fifi, HVAC. What advice to do when there is a duct, I guess it's the wrong size, or it's an issue, when there's no access to the ductwork? Is there anything you can do?
If there's no access to any of the duct system, then I'm going to start looking at what I can do to drop the load of that building down. I'm going to look at what I can do to add the insulation, try to reduce infiltration. I'm going to try to lower the equipment size. Most equipment's oversized anyway. So if you can lower the equipment size, ducts that were previously too small for the existing equipment, maybe a whole lot closer size to a smaller piece of equipment, if you can reduce the heating load or cooling load that you're trying to condition.
Ralph said something to me the other day. I think it was you, Ralph, when you came over to the house, and my brother said the same thing to me. Were we talking about grill selection when you were there?
We did talk about something about grills.
Because you can change some of the grill selection. There's a little bit more free area in some of the grills, like the aluminum ones, a little bit better, so we can save some static
throws.
There. Yeah. So I don't know if that'll get you all the way there, but that might help enough. Maybe
it helps.
That's why I said
it can help a lot.
The windows are part of the system as well, so you upgrade the windows and, like David said, the insulation. Because if you have, let's say you have a 3-ton system, but your ductwork's too small, and you only have 2 tons worth of ductwork, you basically have a 2-ton system.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to die faster.
Yeah, it's going to die faster. So
it's limited by the distribution.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's the case, you're trying to make it match what it can fit to if you don't have access to it.
Right.
The other side of that, you guys mentioned the registers and the grills. We did an on-site a few years ago up in New Jersey with a guy. We were doing his house, and we changed out his supply registers. He had painted over baseboard registers.
Oh, yeah.
We took all those off and put HV, Hart and Cooley registers on, and just doing that dropped his duct pressures in half.
Well, yeah, because most of those grills, when they were put in, air conditioning and heating was a luxury, right?
Yeah.
And so they weren't looking at it like we look at it now.
No. Well, equipment changed a lot.
Well, yeah.
Shannon wants us to say hi to his friend Luke.
Hi, Luke.
I'm just kidding.
Hey, Luke.
I know that's not correct. We're saying hi to Luke the dog. What's up, Luke the dog? He's
Hi to
watching the
Luke
show
the
again.
dog.
He doesn't show up on the YouTube analytics, but we know he's there.
There you go. Yeah.
This is kind of a funny thought. If you have a duct system that's undersized and you still want to use it because it's somewhere you can't reach, but you want to improve it, let's say this guy goes, well, I want to use this. I'll figure out how to lower the load, and then we use this duct system, but then we want to do like AeroSeal or something to help seal up the duct.
Mm-hmm.
And now the duct system doesn't leak any longer, so it's even less airflow going through it
Right.
because it doesn't leak. So it
Right.
could be one of those things where you could cause kind of a snowball effect and get yourself into trouble, right?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
we witnessed it with the utility program here, where they were implementing AeroSeal, and they were like, "Hey, why don't you guys come out and take a look at it?" And they were sealing undersized equipment up, and it was like you said, it was a domino effect, because then the compressor started going down, heat exchanger started cracking, utility bills did the opposite of what they intended. They actually went up because the resistance heat was coming on. And I go back to this with static pressure. It is a duct sealing pre-qualifier test. If you've got high static, you either need to fix the ducts or lower the equipment size. So one of those, there's a happy medium in between there.
Yeah.
There's another question in the chat from Tony Del Grego, and I want to preface it with something else having to do with what we talked about as far as my house. Now, and Ralph has been there. I know it's hard for everybody else to imagine, but it's a pretty standard ranch-style house.
Right.
It has 3 sections: master bedroom, master bath, central living area, kitchen, and then other bedrooms. So I'm going to have a return in each one of those 3 areas. All the doors are undercut a couple inches. 3 returns, relatively equal size. But Tony Del Grego is asking, do you need a supply and return in every room? Would that actually make a marked improvement over what I'm doing at my house with the undercut doors and the 3 returns?
Up to this point, it would really be a guess. You would have to measure it, because I've seen systems that there were a supply and return in every room that were still uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. So I mean, you can't assume it's going to be both.
Is there more balancing issues when you put in more returns? Do you get into a situation where you have to do more work on that back end?
Yes, that was one of the things that we never anticipated when we started measuring, was the need to balance returns. And I've had people look at me like I've got another head growing out of my shoulder when I talk about putting dampers in returns and balancing the supplies and the returns, because it's not standard protocol.
Especially if the returns are in the attic, because you start adding more returns, you're slowing the air going through, you're picking up that extra heat load. And I've been saying this for years, and guys told me I was nuts. Because I always I'm going to oversize the returns. I'm like, yeah, but that means the air is going to move through there slower.
The other thing that we got into when we started doing this was we started finding out how ineffective using wall cavities for return ducts were. And it's still done around the country. And we started abandoning them. We wouldn't even use them. We would go back with if it was in a ceiling, we'd go back with just a boot through the drywall or in the floor. Because when you look at what affects air movement more, it's really going to be your supply airflow and register selection that gets the air moving in a room versus the return placement, unless it's short circuiting, and that's a possibility.
Well, if you got a low sidewall supply and a low sidewall return, it's just going to blow across. So
it's a short circuit.
Yeah.
I see some dissension in the ranks down here in the chat. I feel like I should explain something about the return idea and see what you guys think about it. So, you know the idea for my returns. There's 3 of them. It's going to be 1 room away from each one of these rooms. So it's a central return at each one of these 3 zones, let's say. The door is undercut 2 inches. 2 times 36, if it's a 36-inch door, is 72. If it's 30 inches, it's 60 inches. It's a larger free area, much larger than the supply air going into the room. Using that logic, don't you think it would not cause an issue, theoretically?
I think, Zach, that you still may, in that one room, that one bedroom, the smaller bedroom, I think you still may have to have a transfer grill. Because remember, your door's only undercut 2 inches, and you're trying to feed those other 2 rooms with that little space under your door.
Right, but I'm gonna put a return in that central area right there where those French doors are. No one knows what the hell we're talking about. Right there in my house where the stuff's at. No, it's only one room away from all these. So you're only going under one door for each one of the bedrooms.
Right. All right. So there's a great video that's out there that will really help guys see what airflow actually does. And David shows it in class all the time. It's a great. Lauren
Cook.
Yes,
Lauren Cook. Just do a Google search for Lauren Cook, and it's spelled Loren Cook. They're a fan manufacturer, and they have a video. It's called System Effect, it shows you why air doesn't like to take 90-degree turns.
Oh, it's an awesome video. Awesome.
Yeah. They insert helium bubbles into the airstream, and they're actually using an airflow station to do a traverse of the duct and see what the fan's doing. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. When you start hearing the fan pulsate, because I use that video in class all the time too. When we have the drop boxes, and we all do it, we're all guilty of it, and it's just a 90-degree, and you can watch that fan pulsate.
Yep. Air does not take sharp 90-degree turns. Give it an easy pathway.
Right.
To make a turn. And if you're using scoop fittings, stop. You're killing airflow. They do have their place, but it's very limited.
Right.
I'll stop.
You'll stop. You never use a scoop.
I've used a few of them before.
We've got systems. That's all they've got in them.
Oh yeah, my first job I had. That's all they used was scoop and dampers. It was a commercial company.
Now, in commercial, they're actually extractor fittings. We, the national restaurant chain, I shall not mention the name, we fixed a couple of their locations around here that what the installing contractor did, we got called in for kitchen exhaust balancing because it was supposed to be balanced, but you couldn't get the doors open. So, needless to say, there was an issue there. But on the supply side, the air wasn't making it over against the windows. They weren't washing the windows, basically, with the conditioned air. They had put extractor fittings in there. For those of you that aren't familiar with an extractor fitting, it's basically turning vanes that go into a takeoff, and they stick back into the duct system. Well, these things have got a big pressure drop across them. We just took them out, took off the collar that was tapped into the side of the duct, and made 45-degree takeoffs that were like 50% larger on the opening, and they transitioned down so the air could take a nice, think of an exit ramp coming off the interstate. Nice, easy way to get the air out.
Right. Do y'all have any airflow videos on NCI's website?
We've got stuff floating around there. Nothing, standardized or anything. We're getting there. Like a decade late, but we're getting there.
Well, there was a question. Can we get some airflow videos from NCI?
Yeah, we've got different stuff floating around there. It's let me just say something more standardized is coming.
Cool.
We want some stuff we don't have to pay for.
Yeah, and you won't have to pay for it.
Excellent.
It's not something you'll have to pay for. So I hear you. You guys notice that a lot of the stuff I do for free. I don't charge for it. But of course, coming to a class, that's for getting certification. So there's a little bit different. You're up in the game there a little bit.
There's so much information in class. Yeah, I mean, if you guys have not been to an NCI class, especially with David, it's probably one of the best classes that you can go to, next to my Mitsubishi class, of course.
I feel like I've been to an NCI class now. I feel like I've been there.
No, there's still some.
Ralph will tell you there's a lot I don't even.
This is just a teaser. These podcasts that we do and this live stream, this is just a teaser for the class, and it's worth every penny. A lot of guys are like, "Oh, it's too much." The class is too much, but it's worth every penny.
If guys, I'm not one of those. I'm not here to sell anything or anything like that. But I walked the path with this stuff. I mean, I was a student of NCI before I ever started working for them. I implemented this stuff into a family company. It's what saved our company from going bankrupt. I have no doubt that doing the duct repairs and stuff is what kept us from going under. That's why I love this stuff so much, is because I know it works when it's done the right way. And I also know that there's some learning curves that come with having to, admit that there's some things that we just don't know, and we have to admit. So I've made a pledge a long time ago to become a lifelong student, and it hasn't turned me wrong yet.
Right. So with your webinars now, are they NCI accredited?
They are.
Okay, so the webinars are. I know the class is, but
and that's because we had so many guys that needed research.
Right. I know our Mitsubishi webinars that we're doing aren't Nate, but they are in person.
Yep. Yeah. Now the ones that we're doing are they may be Nate now. We were having a hard time getting the credit hours for them because everything it was happening so fast after COVID-19 kicked in. So I think we're there now. But hopefully, live training will continue. But I appreciate you guys letting me have this opportunity to come on and chat with guys. And for those of you that are out there that are looking for stuff, I write about this stuff. There's free articles that I do every month. I write for 3 different publications every month.
Right.
So in addition to the stuff I do on my own, that's my take on things.
It's amazing that airflow. I feel like it's just now catching on. Even though it's probably the most important thing we could do in a system.
It's misunderstood, that's for sure.
Well, we had another question from Joe over here, and he's asking about putting returns directly across from each other on air handler plenums and attics. Is it going to cause, I guess, a turbulence issue with those returns being directly across from each other? Is that something
directly across on the supply? You want to try to avoid it on the supply, but you could definitely end up with some turbulence because you've got 2 different airstreams that are hitting at once. I can't say that I've ever seen it cause big time issues because there's been times that we've had to do it. But I look at it this way: when I'm measuring, if I've got the pressures that I need and I've got the airflow that I need, I'm good. I'm happy with that. Even if sometimes the repairs that we did were ugly, but they sure made an improvement.
Well,
I think Johnstone. It's not ideal, but sometimes you have to.
We all can't take nitrogen bubbles into our system and check it.
No.
It's almost too bad.
And that's where you get into. You got to be careful with some of this stuff because where you can't see air, we start trying to make it do things. And sometimes, like you said, air don't care, Ralph. There's times that air is going to do something inside of a duct, and it's just because.
Right.
There's been times I've had the properly sized duct, and I know it should have produced the right amount of air. Measuring it, it wasn't there. It just was not there.
Our buddy Brent, he was talking about there was a supply duct coming off the plenum on the top, and it was 10 degrees warmer. The air coming out was 10 degrees warmer, and he moved it. And temperature was fine.
Yeah.
Just by moving it.
Yep.
So what publications are you writing for?
Writing for the news, writing for Today's AC, which I think is Southeast, and then the HVAC Insider. I write about carbon monoxide stuff for them.
What all classes do you teach for NCI? Oh, sorry, man.
Oh no, go ahead, Zach. Go ahead.
I was just asking what classes he teaches for NCI.
All of them.
All right. 1, 2, 3, and 4. David.
Yeah, no, I teach it from system performance, duct optimization, just the basic intro airflow testing and diagnostics class, air balancing, combustion. Combustion's my favorite one. I talk about air a lot, but combustion's my favorite one.
Yeah.
Who's the best teacher at NCI?
We've all got our strengths, man.
I'm messing around.
We all got our weaknesses too.
I'm messing around. How about Jim Davis?
Man, the captain is always fun to watch because you got to be aware. You got to wear a catcher's mask because that dude's going to throw something.
I was so upset missing his class.
He just is. Yep. Yeah, he was in your training room.
I know, and I was kind of I couldn't make it down there. I wanted to though.
El Capitan. So,
so what are the effects of flex duct on the system? Max run lengths, increase friction.
Definitely. You want to try to keep flex ducts as short as you can, But that being said, I've run flex ducts the next size bigger, and run them 20 feet and still gotten the air out of it.
Right.
So one duct system material over another doesn't really determine the performance. A lot of it's, if you allow for the variables, it'll work. I've torn out as much flex duct as I have sheet metal duct. So,
Right.
I mean, they both work and they both don't work. And they both have pros and cons. With flex, I mean, you've only got 2 connections to make, and it's an entire insulated piece. Sheet metal, a lot more seams, but it's a lot more durable. So it depends.
Flex or metal duct? That should have answered that question for Mr. Psycho.
Yeah. And there's some places, like in an attic, I don't want to run sheet metal duct up in an attic.
Oh, hell no, especially in the middle of summertime.
Yep. So some
Well, cool.
places have got their spot, but just to recap, I know we've talked about it a lot. I knew this was going to happen. It always does when all of us get together. Doing your visual inspection first, then measure total external static pressure, then do duct pressures, and then do temperatures. Temperatures at the equipment, get your delta T at the equipment, get your delta T at the duct system. Farthest supply register, farthest return. They ought to be really close. If they're not, you're losing temperature across that duct system. So it could be an indicator that you need additional insulation. So those are the 2 big ones. And if you guys, do you have my email, Zach? I was gonna say the guys could email me. I'll shoot them some goodies on some of that stuff. Well,
Yeah,
I'll walk you through how to do the test.
I'll put it in the chat here real quick.
Yeah. So you guys can email me. I'll send you whatever I got.
What's the best static pressure tip? Anyone that fits your manometer.
Yep. We
Maybe
used
wants tips
Dwyer
and
for
tricks.
years. I've used Field Piece.
Yeah.
One of the things, I've got a tech tip that I wrote up for the guys, because on air handlers and certain package units, you cannot get a pressure drop on the filter or across the coil on an air handler if the filter's in the factory rack. So you actually have to make a long one out of 1/4-inch copper, and I'll walk you through the steps on how to do that. It's basically an 18-inch long static pressure tip that you make.
Does it matter which direction the when you're checking static, which direction the little 90 goes?
We always teach to face it into the airstream, but one of the things I would recommend is just put it in and twist it 360 degrees and watch the reading on the manometer. Most residential systems, it's not going to make a difference. Now, what you do have to look out for is if you're too close to the discharge of the blower, you will read a negative pressure on the supply side. You're actually in air turbulence.
Is there a certain length that you have to be?
1.5 times the diameter of the blower outlet for the technical answer, yes. Keep it about 12 inches away.
Cool.
Oh, interesting. There is actually.
Yeah, there's actually it's 1.5 times the diameter. So you got to do the Pythagorean theorem and all that fun stuff that we all slept through in math
never mind.
class.
Forget about that.
That's all right. I got a table for it if you guys want it.
The hell with that.
We did all the math. I got a guy smarter than me that does all the math, and we just stick it into a table.
Hey, Ralph.
Hey,
A
Zack.
squared plus B squared equals C squared.
Whatever you say, buddy, with the Strobin shirt. You got me hypnotized.
Hey,
with the Strobin shirt.
Ralph, you are now a dancing chick.
I
You
was
know
a
what?
dancing chicken before that stupid shirt came along.
Beaver, Ralph, I'm going to send you all button-up shirts like this as soon as I save
I'm
up and
not.
get a couple more. And I'm going to send them over to your house. We're all going to wear them, and people are just going to sit there with their eyes crossed while they're watching our live stream.
So anyway, David, we're hit our time.
This ain't over.
It ain't?
What are you like? Well, David, like we're going to end the show or something.
Hey, all right. Well, go ahead, Zach. You got
I'm
any
just
more
giving you a hard
questions?
time.
This is fun.
I'm just giving you a hard time, Ralph.
Mandatory uniforms.
Now I feel bad because Beaver's stuck in a river and he hasn't got a chance to ask many questions. I want him to ask some questions.
Zach,
man.
hey,
But what?
Beaver, you got any questions?
The only thing
On
I
the
can think of, this is what I was going to ask earlier. David, you know the class that I took, whatever it was, a couple weeks ago.
Mhm.
Is there further steps like for like more advanced?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
What you saw was just maybe 2 steps in like what could turn into a 20-step process.
Right.
There's a lot more. And with what you guys are doing, it fits in perfect with what you guys do. Because, I mean, you're already doing aero seal and stuff. So, I mean,
Yeah,
it's perfect fit for what you guys are doing.
Right. I think my thought process was to continue to take other stuff, more advanced courses that you guys have. Because, like I said, I mean, I don't know everything about airflow. I know the basics of static pressure. I know just enough to be dangerous, but obviously want to advance in that. So,
Hey, let me give you a rule of thumb there, Justin. As long as you have plenty of pipes, the air don't care.
This guy.
Wait a second. Hold on. Is that right? It's pipes
That is right.
times doorknobs equals the airflow. Is that what you said?
There you go. You got to multiply the doorknobs.
All right. Got to make sure we got that right. Doorknobs.
As long as you got plenty of pipes, the air don't care. You can use that in class, David.
Okay, thanks. I'll be sure and credit you with that, Ralph.
We got all kinds of tips we can give you, David. If you're having high static problems, go out and change the doorknobs at your house.
Yeah.
And it might actually change your static.
Yeah. Or just do what I tell my customers. I used to tell them to leave the doors open.
Yeah.
That's right. Leave the doors open. I told my customer to leave the outside door open too because the system was too big.
Need outside air.
We need if you can just wave it back and forth a couple hours a day.
Hey, if you have too much static, if you can't change your
duct ring
ductwork,
furnaces before.
if you can't change your ductwork, just get you a bunch of wall mounts.
Oh my God!
All right, well, it's not going to come to that.
road.
There you go.
Yeah, but I knew it was going to go to a mini split with you, Ralph.
Hey, I love mini splits.
Well,
Love
if you can't do duct work, I mean, mini split's the way to go.
Hey,
if you
when
don't
you're
understand
tired,
it or
when you're
math hurts
lazy
your
like
brain or
me,
something,
when you're
ductless.
lazy like me, ductless is the way to go.
Yeah.
I ain't afraid
Just got to
to
make
admit
sure
it.
you use Nylog on the flare fitting.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Hey.
Here we go.
Ralph, I had
David.
to, brother. I'm sorry.
Wait a
Not
second.
friends
Let
no
put
more.
one in the back while you're at it there, Dave.
Wow, we better stop this. This is about to be some bloodshed on this one.
All right.
Oh,
I don't
no.
want to
It is
Hey,
about-
you guys know I'm all for following manufacturer's
Hey, man.
recommendations.
There you go. See?
Wow, it's uneven though in that field.
If
isn't
you
it?
want to use Nylog on a flare, buy Gree. They don't care.
Just remember, I was telling guys we were putting balance and dampers and returns, and everybody's going, what?
Yeah.
Yep.
Putting ball valves on fresh air intakes on 90% furnaces.
Oh, the combustion. Don't even get me on the combustion side. When people start talking about the repairs on that, something, I am firmly convinced that there are people that are watching this. If they knew some of the things that we did, they would go, Dave Richardson, you're going to hell because of what you did.
Especially when you tell somebody that little draft hood really needs to be ripped out with a damper and put a damper in.
Once you know what it does and what its real purpose is, it changes your perception of it forever, and it's not.
Hey, while we're on that, before we do leave, go ahead and tell everybody what that actual draft hood was actually meant for.
That's a designed hole in the venting system. It's designed to isolate the equipment from updraft, downdraft, and block flue conditions. Don't take my word for it. Go look it up in the National Fuel Gas Code. It will tell you what it is.
That's exactly what I thought it was.
It's a natural leak spot.
Really? I didn't. I always thought it was for dilution air.
That's what I thought, too. I thought it was for a draft.
I thought it was for spillage.
It is for spillage.
It is. It's to allow it to happen.
Yep. Imagine these nice, tight houses now.
Hey, wait. I like that question. Mike has a question. Yeah, explain that shit, please. That's his question. I don't know what that.
There's a lot there.
Hey,
that makes sense, though. If you got a draft, I mean, I don't know. I guess you're thinking it's going to get entrained and cause a greater draft. Is that the idea you thought before?
No, it's just the way I was always taught was that it was to allow dilution air up into the venting system, changes the dew point. But that's never what it was intended to do. It was designed to keep the pilots from blowing out. I mean, it's been around for over 100 years. And the old school models used to be adjustable. The old school draft hoods did.
Wow, that is interesting because I'm sure that came from a story where someone took one out and didn't replace it and just vented right off the top of something and it blew the pilots out over and over again.
Well, just remember that 100 years ago, thermocouples did not exist.
Ralph, is that true?
I wasn't around.
So if the pilot went out, you just had raw gas dumping into the burner assembly. So do we poison them? Do we blow them up? Well, so there had to be a decision made. Of course, the houses leaked a lot, but they didn't understand that the houses were becoming chimneys at the same time. So you guys have heard a little thing called stack effect.
This is a hint toward our fall shows that are coming up in the fall.
Yeah,
we
right.
will do combustion with you, David, probably more than one. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you I want to do another duct because I think there's a whole lot of duct stuff that we didn't talk about. So a few weeks from now, kind of return, do duct stuff again.
Definitely. But the stuff that we talked about, did you stick my email in the chat comments?
I did. I'll actually do it again now that we're talking about it, so it'll see it again.
Cool. You guys email me. I'll shoot you some information on how to do exactly what we've talked about tonight. And I mean, it's something you guys can go do tomorrow. And if you guys have questions, email me, hit me up. I'd be glad to walk you through it.
Hey, David loves this shit.
Well, but I mean, I know what it did for us, and that's why I'm.
No, it's. I'm
if it
serious.
was about the money, I got to tell you guys, I wouldn't be teaching this. If it was about the money, I'd still be doing it. But I enjoy teaching this stuff because it changes people. It changed me. You always know I'm talking about reading books and stuff, so read something.
Even if it's a Lysol can. Read something.
Don't
every day.
inhale it.
Kills coronavirus.
That's what they say.
Mm-hmm. Just not that one, I guess.
You quit reading stuff on Facebook.
Yeah, that's no problem. Yeah, that's no problem. I think I should remind everybody, because I know we're going to stop in a second. We're going to give this thing away this month, so stay tuned for that.
660.
Sweet.
680, bro.
Oh, 680. Oh, wow.
Clunk. You're dead. Yeah.
Hey, man.
It's for mini splits. You ought to dig it, Ralph.
Hey, I love it. I love it. Greg
Hey,
says
Ralph, ask me
appreciate
how many
all
mini
you.
splits I used it on.
Huh? 0? I can care less what you say, Justin. Greg says appreciate all you do and discuss, David.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it, man.
All right. Well, we should say goodbye to David. It's been awesome. I'm going to turn it over to Ralph so he can decide the best way to do this because he's good.
Hey.
He is just so good at it, man.
Zack he builds us up just for me to let us down.
Hold on, Ralph. You're exactly right. So I just want to say that before the show is over, I mean, a lot of you guys have gone to the movie, seen a great movie before. You've read a great book.
Oh, and then you get to
Ralph,
the very end.
do I need to mute your mic, Ralph? Hold on a second. All right. You've read good books. You've gone to movies. You've had great relationships. You have triumphs in your life. But right now, at this moment, is the pinnacle of all of your lives. Ralph Wolf, everybody.
Hey. All right. David, we're buddies, so I can say whatever I want to him. I'm glad you came on, actually. Hey, you know what? I'm actually glad you like us better than Brian Orr. How about that?
Damn. What was that?
Where'd that come from?
Oh, my God.
Hey, just in case he's watching.
Where did that come from?
Hey, I tell you
I've been
what.
on Brian's show
Ralph's
before.
being
You're our Jim Bergman. How about that?
I'm nobody's Jim Bergman. I'm David Rich. Brother, don't. You're going down the wrong road.
We
This
need
turned
a
into a
Jim.
dumpster
We need a
fire.
Jim Bergman.
We gave that one a 1. That wasn't good at all.
Hey.
Jim's
If
got
they
his
know.
specialty, man. He's a sharp dude.
I know. Hey, look, I'm messing around. I'm glad to have you. Glad you came on. So, but it's time for you to get the hell out of here. So, get the hell
You're
out.
mad
of
at me over the Nylog thing, aren't you?
Yeah, that killed that.
Friendships.
You know,
I'm gonna
messing with
feel
you,
that
brother.
hole in my back for the long time.
I've been waiting a couple of weeks on that one, Ralph.
It's all
I
right.
was holding
It's
that
all
one.
It's all right. When I see you again, I'll pay you back.
All right, brother. I'm looking forward to it.
All right. Yeah. All right, y'all. Let's get out of here.
Thanks, guys.
Watch what I do here. I'm going to say, make sure to mute your mics, guys, in the chat. All right. Do it again, Ralph. Say bye again.
What?
Say bye and then mute your mic. Damn it.
Oh, mute your mics.
Wake up, froze up, stove up with no relief. Tired still, unpaid bills, flat wheels in disbelief. 95 going on, 99 going on, 105 feels hotter still. The glue is melting on my constitution. My drive is happened when it has failed. Everybody's on the beach
Sweat's dripping, hat dripping, shirt dripping, trying to help someone. First call, second call, third call, then 5 more. Keep me focused, keep me straight, keep me true. I see the door. I sacrifice for the little ones who they can have what I never had. I sacrifice for the girl of mine. She's the finest kind. I'm the lucky one. Everybody's at the beach today, at the pool today, kicking back in the shade. Here I am just holding on, pushing on.